at least the third time today that I've heard you speak in that South African or African accent.
That was Rwandan, actually.
Well, because you were speaking some kind of African accent to the parking guy at midnight.
Yes, I spoke in Swahili.
Well, he always does that.
I spoke in Swahili because he was from East Africa, from Kenya,
Right.
and Nairobi. And I said to him, I said, Jumbo. And he goes, Jumbo! Yes! And he immediately knew
That means cut a clit off.
No, that's not...
That's not like condescending as fuck.
No, I didn't think it was.
It struck me like over on as I was listening on the phone because he was just trying to find out if I could park because Jim did at midnight last night. So and we're taping this, but Jim did at midnight last night for the purpose of you guys and
won
and he won undefeated by the way.
Congratulations, you own the internet now.
You were like...
I just want the scat sites.
So he goes.
The dark web is coming into the light tonight.
Busted all my friends.
But I really did. It sounded condescending.
No, it was. I swear
from the other end because I called Jonathan. I was like, "Hey, should I still come by? You know, I didn't know if I was late or whatever." He's like, "Yeah, please come by and let me check if you have parking." And he went and he was talking to the people outside. And he was, Jonathan does a great job. But then I hear him like talking to this guy, and I hear the guy's African accent coming through the phone, and then I just hear Jumbo. And I'm like, what are you, like John Candy and Cool Runnings or something? Like,
No.
Those guys love when he knows. I understand, but I've seen him do it. They love that a white American is aware of their culture. They always love it. It makes me crazy. I'm waiting for someone to slice him with a machete. I can't wait till that happens.
Right. The thing, I don't think you heard the earlier part of the conversation because I called
not.
you. I asked him. I wasn't being. I honestly don't think I was being condescending.
No, he knows all about their shitty hometowns. Hey, do they still have that river where they throw all the dysentery victims? Oh my God, how did you know that?
I went skinny dipping.
Lucky guess.
Yeah, exactly.
They're sort of like third world African country bingo you can play, and definitely like, do they have the AIDS hut? Yes, they have the AIDS hut.
Oh, you've been there.
By the way, we should
Brad
mention.
Williams is in studio.
hi,
Our
yes.
pal Brad Williams.
I should introduce myself. I'm in studio because you guys are in LA. You guys are. We're about to trade places. You're here in LA, and I'm about to hop a flight and go to the East Coast, but I'm going to be in Boston.
East Coast of Africa?
No.
Jumbo!
No, I'm going to be in Boston. Fuck you! So that, yes.
What gig you doing?
The Wilbur Theater.
Oh, it's great. It's a great gig.
Doing the Wilbur Theater, doing the Comedy Connection in Rhode Island, and I'm going to be in Portland, Maine. And this is on Sunday, I'll be there, and I always forget the name of the venue. It's like House of Music and Events.
Yeah.
It's one of those like official like weird titles. But yeah, so hopefully the New England fans come out to see me.
Yeah, Brad is a hilarious comic. So
Yeah.
you're happy with your last special, right? I love the poster for it. You in the back of the backpack. I think that was so funny.
I'm writing a Baby Bjorn where I am the baby, and my dad's carrying me.
That was great though.
Yeah, and it came out really good, and we're selling tickets now. And speaking of specials, Mr. Jimmy Norton over
As
here.
of right now, Jim Norton is on Netflix.
Yes.
Mouthful of Shame is live on Netflix. You can turn off this nonsense and hear Jim in his perfected glory.
Or, as I was going to say, maybe you're sitting there, you're all snowed in, you need a laugh.
That's true. That's true.
A lot of people probably are.
A lot of you guys got a snow day today. After the show, what are you going to do?
That's right. I hope my special, I hope you and your fucking cranky wife are fighting because you're cooped up together and my special does nothing but make it worse. This guy sucks. And you're like, shut up, you pig.
You like this?
Oh, I'm so happy. I hope I'm ruining your marriage.
I thought you said he was supposed to be a comedian. He's not funny. He's disgusting.
And she hates me because he loves me. Like, that's where their marriage is.
Of course.
That he likes me, so she's like, fuck anything he likes.
Of course.
Now, wouldn't you take that? Because I know I would. If someone literally broke up because of you, would you take that as a badge of honor?
My dream is to see a police blotter where there's a spouse with a hammer in their head and my special is playing in the background.
I mean, we all gotta have goals, So
it's my dream, dude. It's my fucking dream.
I totally understand that.
He's caused more fights in my house.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm gonna ruin my
you
marriage.
should. Like, the Jonathan thing is not
No, bring it closer to you. I was saying.
The Jonathan thing is not like a joke.
Oh, yeah.
I've been, because, Jim, the reason we're doing the shows out here, Brad, is because Jim's doing a ton of LA press to tell the world about his Netflix special.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't go everywhere with him, but I've been, around. And, for instance, I was at the At Midnight taping last night, and we're on a Hollywood set. It's the set where they filmed I Love Lucy.
And Lucky Louie was in that first building right there. That's where we shot Lucky Louie and the comeback.
It's the quintessential, it's a whole bunch of different buildings.
Hollywood Center Studios.
Yes.
Right.
It looks like a Hollywood set. And so,
beautiful girls walk Santa Monica Boulevard right outside of it.
About those girls.
Yeah.
Well, no, but then you like that, so that's good.
Please, I was going to move there. I love that fucking walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Work and pleasure.
That's wonderful.
But, you would think that if you go there with your manager, that he was there to make sure that you were held in the utmost regard. There was a professionalism about you. Sure. This was a big deal.
Well, I was.
Would you want your manager walking outside at the top of his lungs going, "Pop, pop, pop, Packers! Pop, 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 Packers!"
Wait a second. The context of that is a little off.
Is it?
It wasn't. I mean, we weren't standing by, the executive producers of the show and the audience.
No, they won't talk to me.
We were walking back to the car, and
they know better.
Jim will drop these things that become these things that play in your head.
They really do.
Packers.
He all day. I saw him first thing in the morning. Yeah. We were down at the little deli in the building, and he just he's trying to order an omelet for Jim, and all he can say is, Packers.
Yeah, it's nonstop.
Well, in that respect, I was super tired. That's why I was just, batty. But, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just like to put little earworms in people.
I can't help it, but they're in me too. Like his wife hates, she loves me and she hates me because I'm ruining their marriage. But it's like they're in me too. I'm not doing it to fuck with Jonathan. Like she's one of my closest friends, and they're in me. What do you think? My life is good? I can't stop with this shit.
Yeah. It's almost like you acknowledge the torture that goes on in your life and the fact that all these characters live in you and just infect you. So you, instead of fighting it, you have to infect other people. You're like, okay, if I'm going to have to deal with this, you're going to have to deal with this.
That sounds like the plot of a horror movie.
It really, right?
It really does.
It's not what a good person does.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
But
no, it's not.
So what number special is this for you, Jim?
I've done 1/2 hour and 5 hours.
Wow. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
And are you on the hour every year track?
For my first one was in 2007.
Yeah.
And then I didn't do an hour until 2012. I did a couple of books. I had other stuff. And then it was about one every year and a half. It's not quite one a year since then.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool.
Now, do you feel an obligation to do it every year, or do you just put it out when it's ready?
Both. I mean, I feel like after a year I have a good solid hour and I get bored. So I don't want to keep doing it beyond where it's fun to do. Year and a half is good though, because then the material changes and you realize oh, okay. Then you drop shit, and then the next time around, I'm doing a bit now that I haven't done in a couple of years because I never shot it. I got bored with it, and now it's actually killing because I put it down and now it feels alive.
Now it's new again. You could look at it with fresh eyes.
Yeah, you put something down. It's not automatic, right?
This sounded crazy to me. I don't know, Brad. You'd be more of an expert at this stuff than I am. Mm-hmm. But Jim told me yesterday. So he officially dropped this material literally at the end of 2016. The last time he performed it was New Year's Eve.
Right.
And so it's been 3 months that he's been working on brand new, all new stuff. Yep. And he says he's already got 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that really quick?
Yes, but and Jim, I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you. But
it's mediocrity personified.
See, there you go.
It's not a great 35 minutes.
No. I'm counting. Going. So, were you married? That's 10 minutes.
Yeah. They're and I know that after my second special came out, I kind of felt the pressure to write new stuff and make sure that when people watch the special and then come see me, they're not seeing the same damn hour that they just saw. So yeah, when you're putting that new hour together, you're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing if anything goes.
I just love the idea that Jim is he deems himself a crowd work expert because he does stuff like
that's his catchphrase. Yeah. There. Get her done and solid.
But you keep it you're right. You Brad's right. You throw a lot of shit at the wall and see, and hopefully it sticks. Yeah,
I am the king of the hacks right after I tape a special.
Really?
Because you just want to do anything, and maybe something works. You're like, okay, maybe I can peel something off from that. Maybe I can do a concept, but yeah, I'm
just to get the audience on your side again.
Yeah. I'm throwing out the hackiest shit.
Well, you're out still performing though, Break. You're probably still out doing it out. See, what I do is I built the tour where my last time doing this material was when I shot, and then I immediately came off the road and just went to the cellar. So I'm only doing 15-minute spots.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you're doing 15, and you're like, "Fuck, that's 15. I'm gonna try this joke," and then you're doing a second 15.
Right.
And then before you know it, you got 3 separate 15-minute sets.
It's probably
there's no
also-
pressure in the cellar.
It seems like it's easier to do in New York.
Oh, much, because you jump around. If I want to, I'm doing 3 a night Friday, 3 a night Saturday. You can do what you want.
Yeah, whereas I'm doing hours.
You got to kill.
I got to kill for that hour because if you bomb for that 15, great. Colin's coming up.
Yeah, and he'll bomb worse. Norton, we're gonna show.
Exactly. So then you'll look way better in comparison. So, so when I'm on the road trying to do new material, I still have to kill because I still have people that just paid $20 to come see me.
Do you do any stuff like here in LA? Will you take any time off and then go on for a while? And go, all right, I'm not going to tour for 3 or 4 months. Like, I wanted to pull myself off the road.
My fiance over on the couch is shaking her head.
Why?
Hell no.
Do you want him to do that or do you not?
Yeah, turn on, ladies and gentlemen, the radio debut of my fiance.
Oh, she's very lovely.
Hey, guys.
But she seems like she takes charge and is very comfortable just being herself. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, all that from nothing. Love it.
No, most people would be shy in the radio studio. Brad said something. She's like, I'll straighten this right out.
Well, she's also like probably well aware she's not only is she out of Brad's league, she's out of all of our leagues.
Yeah, she knows that. Jonathan had to leave.
She knows. Yeah.
She knows that very much.
Oh, I know. I'm not funny at all. It's awful.
So what's your name?
No, he means you're way too hot for us. We're all ugly.
Yeah.
What?
No, he's complimenting you.
We're all ugly
Aw.
people, and you're very attractive. Is what I was getting
That's
at.
so sweet. You need glasses.
Oh, is that the problem?
You poor thing.
So what's your name?
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair.
she
Ms. Williams.
Yeah,
Put your
the
foot down,
soon-
Brad.
the
Don't take
soon
any
to be.
shit.
The future Ms. Williams.
Yeah,
yes,
That's right.
yes.
Damn,
Mrs.
son.
Williams.
I'd like it if he took a little bit more time off, but I mean, Jim, you've been on the road before, so you know this too. Like, there's an itch.
Yeah,
It's almost like an addiction. So, like, if he stays home for too long, like, I kick him the fuck out the house.
Do you go on the
Do
road?
you get restless?
Do you go on the road?
Yeah.
No. I have a full-time job in LA, so.
No wives or girlfriends on the road, man.
Oh, man. Just so much pussy on the road. So much Midwest sevens.
Look at
Yeah,
I love-
Midwest sevens,
I love the fiancés
LA
at home. Like,
LA fours. Do it.
the idea of you being unfaithful is like a joke. Like, oh yeah, you're really just stacking up pussy while I'm going. Sure you are.
Yeah, it's always like she does that, and I go, hey, I could.
Yeah. You should be a little worried.
I could maybe get like a Kansas City 8. Like have a little faith in me.
Dude,
On a
and then-
good night.
I like the attitude because this is a true story. I remember when I did this film with Teresa, I did call Fur Adventures with Brooke Shields, and it was a very small part in it. But anyway, she and I became
important.
friendly. We traded email addresses because we were going to play QWERTY, which was a game like Words with Friends.
You and Brooke Shields.
Me and Brooke Shields. My ex-girlfriend found her email address and we had a tremendous blowout because I had Brooke Shields' email address. And I'm like, do you really think she's going to fuck me, you idiots? Like, what are you talking about? But
is there
she had
something
so much faith in me.
Wow.
Like, I love the fact that you're like, yeah, hey, go on the road. Good luck fucking some. My ex and my delusional ex thought maybe Brooke wanted to fuck. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. She never even answered my email. I sent her one. I never heard from her.
Yeah, and that's a tough argument for you to have because you want to say like there's no way I could get Brooke Shields, but you're beautiful.
Yeah.
You're
Or like-
trying to balance that line.
Trust me, baby. If I could get it done, I would. But you don't have anything to worry about because
Exactly.
she won't do
All
it.
I can do is get you.
Yes.
All I'm saying is I settled.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
How do you tell your girlfriend that you'd gladly fuck Brooke Shields while her hand was caught in a meat grinder?
But don't be
You
mad.
stop and help me? Hold on, I'm about to come.
Exactly.
Wait, scream louder. There it is.
You're killing Brooke's vibe.
But don't be mad at me, baby, because it's not an option because of Brooke.
Yeah.
Not because of me.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a true story, and it's funny how the way you have it is the best way to do it because that makes like if a woman is confident and comfortable, like you don't want to cheat on her. You're like, yeah, I'm happy here. I don't, you know,
Yeah.
Right. Plus, she can convince you that you couldn't do better anyway. So it's like, why would you try?
Yeah.
You know?
And we can get better together anyway.
Oh
Team
yeah.
up on him.
Oh, do you have inclinations for that? Good for you.
Oh, that's right.
That's
awesome.
how we.
Yes.
That's how we met.
How'd you meet?
We met on the app called Field, which is a threesome app.
Like Thrinder?
It was Thrinder.
They got sued.
And then they got sued by Tinder.
Oh,
So-
interesting.
so
You met your wife on a threesome app. You're my fucking hero.
It's a fairy tale.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking amazing because we weren't like it's a sex app. You're on there just to get laid.
Sure.
And then we were on the first date and we're like, crap, we like each other.
And then
That's great.
The person who's with you is like, yeah, all three of us, we all like each other, right? And you guys are like,
sure.
Yeah.
Slam to the mashed potatoes. Just
So what was that? Just something like you were? Did you do that regularly, or was this just something you wanted to try once?
I would say that it was a very productive phase.
I see.
Good for you.
I see. So you just went through this phase where you're like, I'm single, I'm gonna have fun, and I'm gonna do it on a threesome app.
Well, and I mean, it's not a good story if I'm like, well, I was on Tinder today, girls, and boy, did I see this guy, and he showed me a picture of his penis, and man, was it perky. Like, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good story, and I thought Thrinder would be a
Is that
better
where I'm
story.
going wrong? That's what I've been doing with every girl.
see, your penis is too perky.
Look at my prick, miss.
So you wanted a fun story,
Yeah, I wanted
life
to
experience.
Yeah, and I mean, it was definitely a lifestyle that I wanted to try out, and I wanted to try out before I was wrinkly and saggy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it worked out pretty good.
And was the fact that Brad was a little person, was that part of the life experience thing? Like, oh, I haven't done that before
No.
at the time, or it was just.
I mean, I've always liked short guys. No.
Thank God.
No, it was just, he was just one of the guys that matched, and I was on a say yes kind of phase.
Good for you.
Yep.
Isn't that a good phase?
That's what I need. Just a woman in a say yes kind of phase. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I always get them in the I'd rather have cancer phase.
in the I have a pepper spray in my holster face.
I'll blast
Yeah.
your face.
God,
Good
that's
for
a
you.
horrible face. Yeah, but
You guys seem good together, though. You seem like it works. You've talked about it before. It seems like it works.
well,
Yeah.
it's just and that I think the secret is that I'm not too eager and forceful with like the hey, it's been like 3 days, we should have another threesome.
Right,
Like,
right.
It's not like that. It's
Yeah.
just it's just you kind of wait around until it happens organically, and the fact like you don't push it, and if there's any objection from either party, then you stop.
That's the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
You know, if one of you is like, for whatever reason, you're like, hey, I'm not feel okay, we got to stop it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had that one time where a third was on her way over. She was driving over, and then the future
Mrs. Williams.
looked at me and said, I'm just not in the mood. I can't do that right now.
Just
And-
because of how you were feeling at the time, or was it that person?
Or you're forgetting the third option.
Oh.
She was testing Brad deep down and wanted to see the reaction, and Brad's a good guy, and she said at that moment, you know what? He really was cool about it.
I mean, the biggest problem was that she was black.
Atta girl. Atta girl. Brad, marry her now. Atta girl. I mean, all kidding aside.
just go right to the courthouse after that comment.
Yeah, no, I mean, we
Joking, Jim. She was joking.
Oh, all right. So I didn't mean anything by it. I just don't go for the whole, it's not what the Lord wants. So, yeah, you just weren't in the mood.
Yeah, no, we'd slept with this girl before, so it's not like, and I mean, we're friends with her. You know, she's really fun, really sweet girl. It's just, yeah, it was just not the day.
Do you have any
for it.
sisters?
I do, but you wouldn't want her
Why?
because Brad,
Oh God.
I give you permission. Go ahead.
right.
She doesn't have serious.
All right. 4 kids from 4 different daddies.
So she's also in a say yes kind of thing.
Yes.
So that's kind of life. You got it.
yeah, from day one. She says a lot. So
From the jump.
She says yes. She says see.
knows it in all the different languages. So yeah, Jim, maybe she's for you. Actually, now that I'm trying to like talk you out of it, I'm actually talking myself into it.
So you don't have any kids?
No.
Yeah, that's better. You know, I don't know if I can marry someone with kids. I might be able to, but I don't know.
Well, like
That's tough.
You
That's-
as a stepdad.
Yeah.
That's
That would really upset a guy.
It
To
sure
find out
would.
that Jim Norton was raising his kids.
And his 18-year-old daughter was getting her little bottom spanked for misbehaving.
You think he would?
Yes, he would. And I was paddling her fanny over my knee because she was a wayward young lady.
Naughty.
Yes, you've been very wayward, young lady. Get over my knee. Let me paddle your bottom until you learn the error of your ways. Talking like creepy old man.
I would love for some woman to have to like drop her son off at the birth father's house and then just like, oh yeah, and this is my new boo. Jim Norton.
It would depend on why they broke up.
Right.
You know.
I feel like also with kids, then the history of the relationship that came before you, like there's a physical reminder of that at all
Yeah,
times.
you're
Like, that dude is always going to be
His
a part
cum
of it.
is watching the game with you.
That's right.
Wow. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Well done.
You know where that person came from.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
That was a deleted scene from the Paul Feig Ghostbusters movie. That was
Little cum baby.
Yeah, little cum baby. Yeah, why not? Yeah, and it's interesting because me and my fiance have talked about having kids, and we want kids, and then the question is like, do we continue with the threesome thing after the kids are there?
Yeah, well, you feel a lot of people change the way they feel from what I've heard, you know.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard with kids in the house. But I've been to people's houses that had kids, and
Yeah, I mean, it's tough enough to ever, for a kid to come to the realization that their parents are even having sex.
Yeah.
Right.
Like just regular missionary, like they don't even
Right.
want to know that. So
Yeah,
the
it's
idea
like,
that
what?
like
No, you did it one time accidentally.
Exactly.
Through a sheet with a rabbi watching.
and then you're like, no, I met mommy on a threesome app.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna be the most awkward
Exactly.
conversation. Like when our future kid looks at us and goes, "How did you guys fall in love?"
I hope it's a school
Well-
project. I hope it's like a second grade project. Find out how your parents met.
Yeah, when Daddy's lonely in San Francisco and gets a hot tip about a threesome app.
Yeah.
Love can blossom.
sure. You never want to have to tell your kid that, though. How did you guys meet? Well, do you see that glass coffee table over there?
Yeah, you know that breakfast table where you eat your cereal every morning? Let me tell you a story.
Yes, Mommy left a slug trail on that, and Daddy fell in love with her.
Exactly.
But you know, maybe you won't want to do it. But by the time you guys have kids, it's like shit like that is not as shocking as it used to be anymore. It's not like 1950.
Yeah.
I guess.
Having threesomes with women, it's like
I mean, because I always thought about like imagine the porn stars, like take your Jenna Jameson, who I know has twins with Tito Ortiz, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
she's pregnant again.
yeah, and but those twins have got to be old enough now to where they can find out what mom.
Oh my God.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's got to
Yeah.
be.
They know mom's a good egg. I'd love to see I'd be so proud of mom if she could do that.
Would you,
Yeah.
if you saw your mom in Jenna Jameson level pornos, you'd be like, good for
If she
you,
looked
Mom.
like Janet, that yeah. I'd be so, I wouldn't be turned on by it, but I'd be proud of her.
Be like, you know what? You took those 5 dicks.
Absolutely,
Like a
good for you.
champion.
Yeah.
I feel the same way Jackie Robinson's kids feel about him, unless she broke the color barrier. Then
Then you'd be upset.
Oh, it's so non-judgmental of you, Jim.
I am a good guy.
But like in these days of like all these kids having cell phones and stuff, I just think that would be like because we've all been in schoolyard, like everyone's insulting each other,
Right.
just busting balls. Could you imagine if you're busting balls with someone and then they just pull up on their phone a video of your mom just getting rammed?
What
That's
could
a fight.
possibly be the comeback from that?
You're one of 2 twins with Tito Ortiz, and you inherited his DNA, and you push the guy's fucking teeth through a fence.
I guess, yeah. I guess you hope you got that side of the DNA more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess kids could do that, but Jenna's a different story because she's like a legendary,
Right.
iconic.
She's a pioneer.
Yeah.
and she broke the mold in so many ways.
Yeah, it's a little different with her because she's such a fucking famous person.
Yeah.
but
But
it's
it's
a
also-
lower level person who's not as known. It might be hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's also not the most well put together person at this stage in her life. So
Yeah, she times struggles a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Although she seems better now. I think she's sober and doing great on Twitter. On Twitter, she's pretty conservative. And
she told us she was sober when we talked to her. So
that was a rough day. Yeah, it was a bad day for Jenna.
yeah. So how long ago did you guys meet on the threesome app?
Let's see.
Yesterday.
Yeah, right. I found a half Asian woman on a threesome app. I was like, sold.
Yeah.
That's it.
Went to the jewelry store this morning.
I wanted that. 2 years?
2.5?
Yeah, 2.5
Something like
years.
that.
Yeah, October 2 years ago.
And then when did you propose?
What was it?
You should
October
remember.
October 15th.
September 2 years ago.
September 2 years ago.
October 10th you proposed.
Oh, okay.
Wait, October 10th of that year or this one?
This one.
This past
Okay.
year, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say a month later.
yeah,
yeah.
That's not a good sign. A month later.
No.
That's
yeah,
good. How did you ask?
She came home one night, and I had rose petals going out to our balcony.
Thought you were gonna say you were drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
I was drunk.
Rose petals.
I was hammered. Like, you want to do this shit?
If you love me so much, why don't you fucking marry me?
Yeah.
She swept up the rose petals and screamed at him for making a mess. All right, so you have rose petals.
No, she's Chinese, not Mexican. Anyway, so yeah, she's got. I had the rose petals going out to the balcony. I was on the balcony. I had a suit on, and that was her first tip that something was up.
Did you know?
Suit.
No. It was like a Wednesday or a Monday or something.
And you saw rose petals.
Yeah, and I was just, I mean, I had
candles on the balcony.
The Bachelor is really, by the way, skewed everyone's vision of what these proposals are supposed to look like.
Oh, according to The Bachelor,
yeah,
you're supposed to skydive with her and like have like American flag streamers go down your side. You land, her family and your family's there, and then there's like fireworks that spell out "Will you marry me?"
There has to be this grand gesture of
yeah.
So you're now you have to wear a suit. You have to put out rose petals.
Yep.
There's candles.
There's candles. Our song is playing, and then we.
What's your song?
Nothing Compares to You, the Chris Cornell version.
I don't know his version. I do like Sinead's though. All politics aside.
Let's not get too controversial.
Yeah.
Over a story from 1992.
It's a great song though.
Yeah, and danced a little bit, and then got down on one knee, and she goes, "Oh my God, I had no idea." I'm like,
"What?
There was rose petals and candles
and a suit
and a midget in a suit." I think something special's gonna happen.
New Monday tradition.
So you thought it was just like, oh, cool, dance party Mondays.
No, I came in and I was kind of so gobsmacked that I didn't have a reaction or expectation because I don't have expectations.
You were a little shocked and you didn't know what it was, and
yeah,
dating a comedian, it could have just been a weird sketch he was filming.
Yeah, no. Adam Ray pops out of the closet.
Yeah. If it involved a jumbotron, there's a problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, to that point.
To the jumbotron point that Jonathan made.
Yeah, Jonathan just yelled into thin air, but he was right. If it involves a jumbotron, it's a problem.
Right. I had an idea of how I wanted to propose, and then
Jumba.
Right, just pop out of a box.
Jumbo.
Yeah, jumbo. And but then I ran the idea by her uncle, and her uncle, who is what's his rank in martial arts?
He is a 9th Dan black belt in Hapkido, a 6th in judo,
he can fuck you up.
6th in karate and aikido, and
everything.
And
Brad's
never going to do anything bad.
Yeah.
How old is he?
I don't know. He's
ageless.
Could I have asked a less relevant question?
yeah.
You're right. So what kind of car does he drive? Do you use unleaded or
BMW 6 M6.
Here's why Jim asked how old he was. Because he thought to himself, I haven't done that much stuff. And then he's like, wait, but maybe he's old. Maybe I still have time to be a 9th degree black
No,
belt.
I figured the guy's like 50 or 60.
Yeah.
He probably started when he was 5.
Somewhere in there.
Well, he grew up in an age where you didn't get to take martial arts if you weren't Asian. So he spent the first 5 years of his martial arts career swinging a sword in the back of a garage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he
like Step Brothers?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Boats and hose, man. Boats and hose.
Yeah. And I mean, then he took some time off to be a touring rock guitarist and, took over the family business, like manly man.
Life.
Yeah.
And this is the guy that you have to go to for advice on proposing?
What was your suggestion that he said no to?
Well, because we met not only on the threesome app, but the only reason why I was on the threesome app is because I was doing a radio show up in San Francisco, and that was a bit that we were doing. We were doing a bit called Tinder or Grinder, where I would flip a coin every day because I didn't know anyone in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. So I would flip a coin every day, and based on what it landed on, I would either go on a Tinder date or a Grinder date that night. And we had a listener call in and was like, "Hey, what about a Thrinder date?" I'm like, "Oh, well, okay, I'll get on that one too." So
you were going on Grinder dates though?
I went on one. Yeah.
The man?
Yeah.
And how'd that go?
I mean, I let him know from the very beginning, like, hey, this is just like a radio show thing. I'm not fucking you. And we called him Ginger Bear because he was this massive, massive redhead.
Right.
And he was cool with it. He was funny. We went out. He bought me a meal, and
two guys having a good time. Good company.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
It was great.
Good for you.
Like, I highly advise someone doing that if they don't know anyone in the city.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Or just eat alone.
Yeah,
That's one
You
thing.
should do that too.
Yeah, or that. So because that's how we met, was this radio show kind of pushing me towards that direction. I was gonna essentially propose to her live on the air, and I told that to her uncle, and there was this long pause, and he just goes, "Is that what you want, or is that what she wants?" And I thought about it, like, yeah, that's what I want. Like I want the dramatic, like
Showbiz.
yeah, showbiz thing. So, that's
And it puts her on the spot.
right.
She
So
has to say yes because it's on the radio.
What is he gonna say?
yeah. So then when he said that, I kind of came to my senses, and then I switched it up a bit.
I once fake proposed to Jess on the radio.
I remember that.
I got in so much fucking trouble.
Oh yeah, we told Sam that fake proposed to his wife, to his fiance.
I think it was actually on Bennington's show.
What? Oh, you sure? It
And
wasn't
then we recapped it.
Oh, we recapped
and
we
got her on
talked
the
about it.
phone
Okay.
for because
Am I remembering that wrong?
Yeah.
Bit.
You know, I did the fake proposal, and then I told you guys about it, and then you guys got her on the phone, and we kind of fleshed it out completely on your show.
Hold on, I'm remembering.
But no, I definitely did it on Bennington's
Why am I
show.
remembering that differently? Unless you played it. Maybe
Probably-
it was played while you were in studio.
Probably played
Okay.
it, and then we got Jess on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
she?
I didn't
she know it was a bit?
Well, I didn't. It was off the cuff. I didn't realize how seriously women take that.
What?
I don't know. Yeah,
You didn't know that women take proposals seriously?
No, I did not.
Have you never seen a romantic comedy or watched television in your life?
I thought it was all fake, wrestling. I thought everything's
Yeah,
fake.
it's all a work.
It's all a work, man. What are we talking
Macho
about
Man
here?
in Love. It's all fake.
It's all fake. Yeah, I thought everything's fake. And so, yeah, I was in there, and we were just gonna do a wrestling trivia contest on Ron and Fez at the time.
Yeah.
And Jess had to do something if I lost, and she was already pissed because I just put her on the line, but I wasn't gonna lose, so I was confident in that. And then Ron made a joke. She goes, "Jess, we're not here for a trivia contest. Sam has something to ask you," just to kind of put me on the spot. And then I acted like I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll just go with it, like improv." You
Yes,
know?
and.
Yes, and.
Yeah,
I go,
yeah.
Yes, Jess. As a matter of fact, and I motioned like I was about to get down on one knee, and I was like, "Jess, we've been together for a long time, and I want to know, are you ready for a wrestling trivia contest?" And she pretended like she was okay at the time.
Yeah.
And did the shitstorm come down on me after the show?
Oh.
Oh, that was a bad one. That was a real
What'd
bad
she
one.
say to you?
I mean, she was like hurt. Not even angry, but
That you
hurt.
humiliated her that
She
way
was
for a radio bit?
humiliated. She was like, "These are my feelings.
There you go,
this is
Jim.
real
Twist
life."
the knife, Jim.
Yeah, the whole.
Did you feel
whole
bad?
thing. I guess, but I was like, "What are you talking about? It's just a silly radio bit."
I know.
I was
Yeah.
with my opinion of it, which was like, "What are you talking about? As a goof? Like, what are you so worked up about? Like, it's
Because it meant something to her.
right."
Yeah,
and I was
well-
like, "Relax, we're still cool. Like, I love you. Like, what's?"
Yeah, I
Dude,
think
my feelings are hurt. I'm listening.
I know, and I know the situation. I think that was as lucky as she got was what was a fake proposal.
Yeah, that was her out.
Yeah.
right. But
I mean, she eventually got proposed to,
Yeah.
and then I knocked
Yeah,
her up and
maybe-
everything.
yeah,
so
exactly.
I am.
there you go. You made an honest woman out
She's
of her.
cashed in.
But at
Yeah.
the same time, I think it's because the fact that men have proposed in so many different ways, and there's not a go-to way to do it, that women don't know. Like, hey, maybe this could be his idea. Maybe this is what he thought would be cool. It is guys propose by going to a football game, looking up at the scoreboard, having a message up there going, huh? Huh?
Is this great or what?
Yeah, like some guy thinks that's a great idea, and his woman's just gonna be like, "Oh my god, I would love to spend the rest of my life with a guy that just points at his scoreboard and goes, nah,
Right.
that's it."
Right.
So
Because it's definitely about you. It's not about the fact that he wanted to have his name on the scoreboard for his favorite football team. No. It's about the girl.
absolutely. So yeah, that's probably why she got that's why she didn't know it was a goof, because she's probably looking at you like, "Oh, this could that could be
Well,
something."
who
you
would
really
do
did.
that? That's
Yeah.
what she was thinking.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
human would do this?
She was like, why would anybody fake propose to somebody that they love? Like, why would anybody think that was even an appropriate thing to
yeah,
do?
or a funny joke to play. Why would you bond with me and not your fucking radio compadres?
And I was like, hey, we got an audience that we got to think
Absolutely.
about here. Like,
Entertainment, honey. You're on or you're off. You're in or you're out.
exactly. It never, and at the time, like as it was happening, it never occurred to me not to do it. Like, and even as I was doing it, it was like, this is just kind of like a one-off, like this is like a throwaway joke, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna get to what we came to do. Not like this is going to be something that
this is gonna
lives forever.
Damage the person I love.
Yeah, I figured she'd be like, oh, it's just a little joke. We throw it away and we go on with our day.
And she brings it up every year in the
Oh my
same
God.
fight.
Oh yeah.
Has she ever brought it up?
She hasn't brought it up in anger, but she'll bring it up in like
While she's coming. Oh, I almost didn't marry you. Oh, the first one was a joke.
That's like the thing she says to get you to not come so early. I almost said no. What? Fuck that. I can last longer now.
No, she brings it up is like when everybody's like having fun, like, oh, let's all have fun and talk about what a piece of shit Sam is. Like,
That's great. I'd love to be a part of that.
Would you?
Yes, I would. I'd love to be there.
Where's my invitation to that party?
You
I
also
missed
want to join
one.
that, Brad?
Yeah, that'd be a fun party.
Yeah, no,
I
I
did that
don't.
to Brad too.
Yeah.
Do you?
I proposed to him twice before he proposed to me.
You did?
I did.
And he said no?
Twice.
What'd you say no for?
How'd you say no?
Well, all right. The first
A
one.
woman doesn't propose to a man.
Yes,
much.
actually.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
that was
exactly what I said.
That was a lie.
How long before you finally proposed was her first and second one?
Let's see. The first one was at Acoustic Christmas about 8 months before I did it.
Wow, you hung for 8 more months after he said no?
I mean, look at him.
No, I'm not saying I don't understand the sexual desire. I know Brad a long time. I get it. So wait, now, but did you let her off easy when she said no? Did you like?
Yeah. Because
No.
we were watching Chris Cornell perform, which is why
That's
sort
your
of became
song?
our song. And like,
Wait.
If you've ever
So
seen,
your song
yeah.
is the song that was playing when she proposed to you and you said no.
Yes.
So like I didn't even
it's
think
so
about
perfect.
So
It's
like,
so
think about
perfect.
that. You put this song on, like I'm gonna propose to her, and like in order to really like get the romance going, I'm gonna play the song that was playing when I said no, I'm not gonna marry you.
This one is not going to end well.
I didn't even realize that till right now. Wow, good point, sir.
It's a terrible way to propose. In hindsight, you should have said no.
I didn't even
Turnabout
think
is
about
fair
it,
play.
honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Where have I heard this song before?
Oh yeah, when you said no.
Yeah.
Well, like, because if you ever see Chris Cornell live, the man makes you feel things.
Well, he's a beautiful man.
Yeah, he's a beautiful man.
And he's highly in touch with his emotions.
Exactly.
And those emotions pour out of him through song.
Remember we interviewed him and Patrice fell asleep in the studio?
Dude, we're interviewing Chris Cornell, and everyone's like excited because it's Chris Cornell. He's kind of like a rock icon, really.
Yeah.
And Patrice
He's in
is
the corner seat of the studio, just zonked out at the
He's
fucking
asleep.
console. He didn't give a fuck. I was so embarrassed.
You
I was
think-
like, oh, you asshole.
You think Chris?
Oh,
you
but
think
if we have
Chris Cornell-
KRS-One in here.
Chris was probably like, who is this motherfucking
You
nobody?
think he noticed?
Yes! A 6'4" guy is dozing off next to him.
Large black man in the corner. Of course he'd notice.
Couldn't have been less interested.
A giant
Wow.
black man snoring in the corner.
Patrice didn't give a fuck.
He
that
did
was-
not care, even
At
a
all.
little bit.
Not even a little.
On a complete sidetrack, Jim, you've met the esteemed Ron Jeremy before, right?
Oh boy,
Yeah,
have
Matt.
I.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Oh,
you talk about
that's right.
Thrinder.
You have a story with him.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But
I have pictures.
yeah, Ron once came to a comedy club in Los Angeles, and very few people know this about him. He's a porn star that has narcolepsy.
I didn't know he was narcoleptic.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes, he. But
Must
like,
make things
So
complicated.
he must have
on
sleep
set.
apnea. Yeah.
yeah, he does. And he fell asleep one time. I wasn't on stage, but there was another comedian on stage, and Ron falls asleep in the audience, and he snores like. And everyone's just looking over, and they see Ron Jeremy just head back,
Apnea snoring.
passed out, just trying to breathe. And the guy's just trying to do punchlines. Oh,
That's
God.
uncomfortable.
It was so awful yet so hilarious. It was just amazing.
So you're at this Chris Cornell show. He's singing. All these
Yep.
emotions are pouring out.
Yep.
And what happens? Does the missus? Do you get on one knee?
No, I just kind of it was acoustic, and I just kind of turned to him and I'm like, he's right, Brad. I don't think I could ever do better. Like we should get married. And he was like, and then the song ended, and he was like, well, good thing that's done.
I just didn't.
Just wait
let's
for
move
the
on.
emotions to go away.
Yeah.
Just parry and dodge.
Right.
Just,
Right. A spoon man next.
yeah.
So he rejected you, but not too harshly.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the first time I proposed, it wasn't like a serious
It was
proposal.
like an aside. Yeah.
it was like an emotional, like completely impulsive move.
Yeah. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
You just act like you act like you do at a concert. Like, we should get married. What? Yeah, no, he is kind of hairy. Yeah.
I had an incident like that at an Ozzy Osbourne concert.
Somebody.
But no, I was saying I want to marry you, and my girlfriend said yes, and I was like, I'm talking to Ozzy.
I'll never love anybody like I love you.
Absolutely. I'd step over your fucking burning body to listen over the mountain. Dumb hole.
I was one of the special shout out. This is Jim Norton. This is, he wants to marry me. Sharon, can you marry me?
She keeps trying to put my dick in his mouth.
She becomes a dumb hole because you want to hear a stupid Sabbath song.
Great. It's a Ozzy solo song.
I'm sorry.
Over the mountain.
You want to hear "Over the Mountain" so bad that the woman you love has just become is reduced to a dumb hole.
Yeah, as I step on her
Over the
face
Mountain
while it's on
is-
fire in snowshoes.
Like some commercial Ozzy Osbourne
That's
song.
how much
Great
he
song.
That's how much he loves Ozzy.
81, Randy Rhoads, baby. Okay.
I don't blame you.
So what happened? So he said no, and then how long after did you go, I'm going to take another crack at this?
Yeah.
It was your
was-
mom's birthday.
Yeah, so that was 7 months later.
Yeah, so 7 months later, we were in Tahoe watching the sunset in a hammock, and I'm like, you should marry me, and he's like, I'm not ready, and I'm like, is it because I don't have a ring? Like,
Well, yeah, because you don't have. You should give me a ring now.
like, did I forget?
Yeah.
I'm a traditionalist guy, and I was like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna ask you, and I told you that. I said, let me ask you. It's like at that point we knew, like it was gonna happen. It was just a matter of time. It was just when, and yeah. So she asked me, I was like, no, that's not what happens.
Yeah.
Girl doesn't ask the guy. I do this thing. I get the ring. I have the story. You go brag to your girlfriends.
Hey, what are you ruining it for me for? What if I was
Yeah.
gonna do it just now and now I can't because you just said that?
Aha!
Yeah.
And now
I,
it's like-
I wasn't, but yes,
But
totally.
yeah, it's annoying. Like you can't. Of course we should, but I'll get to that.
But
Yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
so romance novel, hammock, sunset, Tahoe. It was so good.
Well, I didn't check the weather before we came to Tahoe. I'm
Absolutely.
And
sorry.
that's my fault
I didn't
because I
realize-
did the prep work. What's up?
Tahoe's not a romantic place. You ever see The Wedding and The Godfather 2? That's a bad place. Never marry a wop. That's a bad place for a fucking party.
I don't know if
Yeah, how'd you propose?
it was those moments that I was worried about, but I remember like we went to Cape Cod or somewhere for our 5-year anniversary, and I was like of dating, 5-year anniversary of dating, and I was like, Jess, like I need you to know this is not me like false starting. This is not me doing anything. You have to know before you go on this trip. I am not proposing to you on this trip. I need just because you won't enjoy the
Right.
trip if you think that's gonna come because it's not coming.
Yeah.
I promise it's not coming. She goes,
Not the first time you said that sentence.
yeah, we're done here.
yeah.
We can go to sleep.
It's not coming. But you know what though? But it's weird like that. That's a harsh reality for her to hear. But at the same time, probably good.
It made the trip better. 'Cause
Yeah.
it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not on that trip.
But you knew she was going to be waiting for you to ask her the
Yes.
whole time?
Yes. And so I was like, it's not happening. This isn't the point that it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's never going to happen, but it ain't happening this weekend.
Yeah.
So-
And the same way, like we kind of knew, like, okay, we are going to do this at some point, just not right now.
Yeah.
Were you at that stage of the relationship? Like, hey, this is. I mean, we've been together
Yeah.
5 years. This is going to happen. Just
Right.
Not this week.
Right. Like we're happy. We're not. This isn't ending anytime soon. I think we both catch the vibe of this, but it is not happening this
That's
weekend.
good, man.
Yeah.
But eventually she hung in there and waited. You see, no guy wants to feel pressure.
Right.
When you date women a lot of times in their 30s, because there's a biological pressure that all of a sudden it's like, all right, where's this going, fella? And you're
Yeah.
like, fuck this. You
because
panic.
women in their 30s can't waste their time
No, not at
if
all.
they want to have kids.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
So, I definitely, that was, I ran out of steam.
had a similar.
Yeah, jump up here.
I had a
No,
similar
keep,
story
no,
to
keep
that.
talking off mic. It's gonna go great.
No, but where you had to tell Jess,
It's not happening.
I had a similar story because at the time my girlfriend, now my wife, we went to Vietnam and we were.
Oh, nothing like proposing on the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Absolutely.
How romantic.
Hey, get those documents. Those look important. His fucking arms are blown off.
Nothing says romance like
Wait.
napalm.
Well, what happened was we went to this place and I go, oh no, because this place is spectacularly beautiful where we went. It's near Hanoi. It's called Halong Bay, and it's just gorgeous. And we had this boat, and it was just the two of us. And I thought, oh no, it was like because I didn't know it was gonna be this beautiful. I had no idea it was gonna be this
it's
nice.
Like you didn't know there'd be
and
hammocks.
I literally turned around and said, hey, look, this is gonna be spectacular, but you got to know something. And it was weird, but yeah, because I just knew that this would be the perfect place to do it. Moonlit night.
But she's gonna know that too, and it's gonna ruin it if you're just sitting there waiting.
But I let her
You're
know.
almost mad. Now you're almost mad at yourself. You're like, fuck, this would have been way better.
Yeah, but I didn't have a ring
had.
with me, anything.
Right.
You want to do it someplace romantic, like in an outhouse on.
Well, let me tell you
in
where
the
I
back
ended
of
up doing
Paul
it.
Potts' house.
Well, where I ended up doing it was in Charleston, where she was living. Not at the time, but she'd been living there, and she's from the South. And I had the ring with me. I didn't know where to go, so we took a walk after dinner. And the place we ended up doing it is where they used to sell the slaves. It's literally. Yeah, I'm not joking.
Did you ask her to like run in place and let her knees go up high?
My wife's lady boner just went up. Like, are you kidding me?
Just oozing romance.
It's so symbolic. You went to go buy your wife where they used to sell slaves.
That's right. That's right. He started bidding on his wife.
Been there. I didn't know. It just
$200.
Attaboy. Yeah, she gave her the ring and she bit into it. All right, this is good.
Yeah.
Our safe word is Kunta Kinte.
And how many cows do I get with her?
So you proposed to her in Charleston at a slave auction?
That's great.
wasn't a slave
Where's your
auction.
honeymoon?
They would
Auschwitz?
have
That's really romantic.
They used to have them in this particular place, but there was a nice view of the water from there, so it was.
Of course there was. There's boats pulling in.
Yeah, exactly.
Guinea,
Fresh merchandise.
in Sierra Leone.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. That's the worst wedding proposal
But
place.
it wasn't. It was
And
actually.
you started yelling,
romantic.
Jumbo!
Oh yeah, call that.
Oh no, it was actually romantic.
It was romantic. It just, the other thing was we were at this beach earlier in the day. I'm like, this is gorgeous here. She wanted to show me this beautiful beach, this little island called Sullivan's Island. And I'm like, can we go back to the hotel just for like 5 minutes and then come back? And she's like, no, the sunset is now. Because the ring.
You wanted to
was
get the ring?
Yeah. And that, that was the thing. So then it ended up being the slave.
The
old slave market, but not. They don't do
They
that.
didn't
That's
have
funny.
slaves there at the time.
Yeah, it could have been a
correct.
beautiful sunset, but because he forgot the ring, it had to be outside of stockades. Fucking terrible.
Nothing like spouting romance when all in the background you just hear.
And look, honey, we got our gospel singers for the ceremony.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That is we are a bunch of romantics.
That
in this
really
room.
Yeah,
romantic.
you guys
That's
really
for
a
damn-
couple
that's
of
for damn
good
sure.
couples.
Now I don't feel so bad about just doing the old rose petals and candles bit because
Yeah.
I could have done it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least you were at a
Slave-
cast party for glory. The worst story I've ever heard.
You proposed a slave auction.
12 years a slave now.
Oh my God! See, then you had to take it there.
Yeah.
No, well, we all did our stories. How'd you do it?
Yeah, how did you? So what happened was you didn't want to do it in the Tahoe.
I mean, in Cape Cod.
Oh, sorry,
I was
Cape
going
Cod.
to do it then. No, it was Cutie Pie the way it did it. It was like, what?
You saying that makes me
Cutesy
ill.
pie.
Makes me uncomfortable.
I'm just like a cute guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
you neither.
I do cute things.
No, you don't.
As he says while wearing a Dusty Rhodes T-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's in remembrance of the
I
American
did like
dream.
Dusty Rhodes.
Of course, son of a plumber.
Dusty Rhodes.
That's really good.
American
Oh,
dream.
I didn't know
American
you do a
dream.
Dusty Rhodes.
I do.
Dusty Rhodes.
Hey,
Oh my
Dusty Rhodes.
sweet sapphire.
I haven't heard him in so long.
That sounds just like him, though.
Yes, I know it does.
He's a
doesn't have a
Southern
high-pitched
belle.
voice.
Yes, they did.
That's Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes.
I feel like he's about to say, "Oh, I do declare."
I do a very good Dusty Rhodes.
That's my new favorite Jim impression.
Thank you.
I like it better than the Clinton.
Yeah, it's a good one. Dust them up.
Oh, no. Not Chip.
The-
So so we used to, I guess we still do, we would take, my mom sends out Christmas cards, as moms do,
Yeah.
and she likes to put a family photo in the Christmas cards, as moms do, and so we would take a family photo at Thanksgiving, and Jess was never allowed in the family photo by the rules of my mother, because,
What if
she's
you
a
break up?
girlfriend.
No
She's
one
not
who
in the
fucks
family.
my son is allowed in this photo. So that's why Jess and 6 of Sam's uncles had to watch.
Yeah, my dad was sitting out of the photo for some reason. It's weird. But so Jess wasn't ever. Jess would always take the photo, and one year, my sister started dating this guy, and then they got engaged. But they had been together a shorter time than Jess and I had. But he gets in the photo once they're engaged, and Jess was legit pissed. She's like, "What the fuck? I've been around for like 5-6 years, and this I'm taking a photo of this asshole now."
Right.
And so the next year, I waited, and then on Thanksgiving, like right before we took the photo, Jess literally, she had the camera in her hand, and I was like, wait, Jess. And then I proposed, and then we could take all the photo with all.
You proposed in front of your family?
Yeah.
What a healthy family.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Is that not like?
That's so sweet.
Oh, look at that.
It makes me sick.
The
Late
kid does it
boner's
again.
back.
The
the
kid
house
does it
smells
again.
like gingerbread.
You're only half an asshole now.
Exactly. Yeah. See,
Well
I got to
done,
make up
sir.
for my.
Wow, but you knew you were going to do that essentially for a year.
Well, I probably started to develop, not for the whole year, but
Okay.
or very early on, I started to develop the idea of that's when it would get done.
In front of your mom and dad? I would be so embarrassed in front of my parents.
my mom and dad and brother and sister and blah, blah. I told my mom and dad I was doing it. I didn't tell my brother and sister.
I would
Okay.
never, ever do anything like that in front of my family. Ever.
Well, because you're ashamed of yourself and all of your emotions.
Did you say that or did I think it?
Well, yeah, that, and like you would have maybe a fear of your family.
Exactly.
Doing
Saying, hey,
something.
that marriage will only be legal in a few states. This young lady. I'll pack off.
Oh,
Exactly.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And,
I hate it.
and
Why do you hate
Because
it?
it's so healthy.
It
It's
is
a
healthy,
lovely
right?
family story. It makes
Look,
me
yeah,
crazy.
it
My
was-
family's nice. They'd love it, but I just couldn't do it.
It was a sincerely nice. I created a sincerely nice memory for the whole family.
I'm going to wind up proposing like Rocky. Hey, it was one if you ain't busy for the next 20 years if you marry me. Just semi-retarded, fucking blubbering.
bloody drunk.
Yeah, all punch drunk. And fucking-
bloody for some reason. You don't know why.
It's because she's been peeing on him.
Yes, and a girl.
There you go. Guys, I actually have to take off.
Oh my God! Well, it's
I
been
gotta
really
go.
fun.
Dude,
thank you.
it was so nice meeting you. I've heard about you a lot. It was really great having you. You were awesome on the radio.
And
Thank you.
Brad.
Aw,
Let us
thank
know. You have to go now because we're pre-taping this. It's the nighttime version of the LA show.
Yeah.
For all of you.
So much fun.
You're off to do some sets tonight.
Yeah.
But where are people going to be able to come to see you on the East Coast?
This weekend, Thursday, I believe it's Thursday the 16th. Yeah.
316, baby. It's my
yeah,
favorite day of the
buddy.
year.
Is it?
Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
Oh, that was Hitler's
316.
birthday. All right, all right.
No.
Yeah. On the 16th and 17th, I will be at the Comedy Connection in Rhode Island and in East Providence, Rhode Island. And then on the 18th, I will be at the Wilbur Theater in Boston. Then on the 19th, I will be in the Music and Events Center in Portland, Maine. Follow me on Twitter at FunnyBrad. My podcast is called the About Last Night Podcast. Check it out.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Brad, and thank you to Mrs. Williams. And we'll be back in a minute. We're going to have Ricky Velez is stopping in and Margaret Cho is stopping in. So
Ricky was on the show. Was on At Midnight with Jim last night.
Yeah, it was fun,
Right.
man.
Yeah. It was good
He's
stuff.
a very funny comic, too.
Yeah, we'll be back after this. Welcome back. Here we are. We're in Los Angeles.
Yes. Brad and his girlfriend, fiance, were really funny.
Yeah, they were awesome. Really, really cool. It's Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Yes.
We're from Los Angeles because Jim is doing a ton of promotion.
Well, the promotion that winds up staying, I'm doing, yeah.
Well, the good ones that seem to be winding up staying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, today you've got Joe Rogan, you've got Kevin Smith, you've got Maria Menounos, you've already done At Midnight, which was
Yeah.
amazing to see. You did Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill was great, and thank you to Bill. And tomorrow I got Corolla.
Those are the major
Joe
ones.
Coy. Yeah, I mean,
Joe Coy, that's a big one.
And Kevin Smith I got tonight.
Right.
Today's a long day.
It's good.
Long day.
That's good shit.
But I was supposed to do another one.
Oh.
I'm not going to say it. It doesn't matter what the person was.
Yeah.
And they canceled it 12 hours before. And they said because they have to do some writing. And it's like, do you really think I'm not in the fucking business?
Is that not how it works?
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought it was.
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
No, it's not how it works.
I don't know how it works. I would see. That's why I'm glad you're around. Because if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, yeah, he's got it right.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
like,
how it works.
You can give people bullshit excuses, like that's fine, but don't do it to people who've been in the business for 29 years.
Yeah, kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
Christ.
been around the block.
Like, I know, but the special, hopefully people are liking it. It's on Netflix, and I feel good about it. So I hope you guys are liking it.
I'm sure they are. I know that there were a lot of the East Coast fans at the taping, at the Skirball Center a few months back. So this is the show we were talking about. This is the big special, and it's on Netflix right now. So if you're snowed in or whatever after or if you're not, after you're done with the radio show today, go over to Netflix and stream it. And
you get a little romantic thing with your best girl.
It's amazing that. Oh, Jonathan, let me get you on over there. Jonathan, Jim Norton's manager, is here.
Well, I was just gonna say, you know, they're translating it in all these languages. So I've called some friends in other countries. I've texted them to find out, how it plays in like Polish, for example.
Do you get to
probably as poorly as it's going to play in English?
The problem is not the language.
Jim Norton in Polish, or
Do you get to have any say in the voices, like the international voices?
I will watch some of those. I'm hoping people will tweet some of them.
Oh yeah.
I really want to see some of them.
Do you have access to those if you're in this country? Like, can you just program your Netflix?
No, but you guys
have
like
country.
It's like geo-blocked, I think.
Oh, so
to access French Netflix, or I think because I tried finding it and I couldn't.
People can tweet it though.
It would. I hope Netflix too realizes it's just like a great promotional tool. How funny would it be to get like the most either disgusting or absurd Jim Norton line from the special? And just make a montage of it in every language.
Yeah, imagine him in Portuguese.
Yeah,
something like the line in the trailer about I want a girl to look at my dick and go, ugh, I wish it was black, and then blow a snot rocket on it.
Yeah,
I would love to hear that in different languages.
Snot rocket,
rocket the snot, or a different. I would love to hear that,
because that would be so brilliant, because you could hear all these different international voice actors having to do the patented Jim Norton. Ugh. How great would that be?
Yeah, Ricky Velez is here, so he's going to come up to the 14th floor. I'm just texting him now.
Yeah, Ricky Velez was on At Midnight with you last night. I hope everybody saw that on Comedy Central. It's amazing. It's the second time I've seen you do it. But do you actually, when you do At Midnight, do you? Yeah, because my vibe is that you have a good time, but you do feel competitive, like you want to win. You've never lost on that show. It is, as much as it's a goof, it's a game show. It's legit goes.
I don't like competitions, to be honest. The reason it seems like that is you want to get as many laughs as you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that is competitive in the winning, but I would be exactly the same on it if there was no prize on it, because you want to be funny.
Right.
It's almost like in order to compete, you got to do what I want to do anyway, which is just to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess so. But you just want your lines to be good. I want people to laugh. Because the most important thing is not to win it, because it's about the promotion for the special. So it's a huge show.
Right.
And Chris gives me a nice plug, and they have me on whenever I got something to promote, as opposed to canceling me right before or being mad that I did fucking something else on Comedy Central 2 days ago.
Well, what if Chris had to write and canceled At Midnight?
I would say that's just not the way show business works.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The thing with that show is, even if there's a winner or whatever, you could have a person on there who might not win, but they'll get a huge laugh for one joke, and that's kind of the, it becomes very memorable. I don't,
the exposure of that laugh is enough to expose you to this audience.
Yeah, people see. Could you grab Ricky Johnny's bread? Yeah. He should be outside. Just wait for him on the floor. Thanks, buddy. Just give him a second, because there's no one up here. Sam and I are on our own.
Yeah. No. It's funny. And I was also so excited that you guys, while the show was on last night, you played the video, the Japanese wrestler, Ibushi.
Oh, yeah.
Lighting off fireworks.
I knew who he was.
He's like a giant wrestler in Japan. So that video, like all wrestling fans had already seen it. What's going on, man? Sit down.
Hey, Ricky, how are you? Right there, buddy, right there.
Right, cool. All wrestling fans had already seen it. Right. And it was like, it had already circulated. So the fact that it was on At Midnight was like, I was psyched watching
We're talking about the video that they showed last night of the wrestler.
Setting off fireworks.
This is in the morning.
Yeah.
So the wrestler who set fireworks out of his asshole.
Yeah. That guy was on fire.
There's the Japanese wrestlers are fucking crazy. There was an older video. It was this. It was the stipulation of the match was that you had to stick a bottle rocket up your opponent's ass and light it, and they actually legit did it. Like the guy had to like duct tape his opponent's hands to the turnbuckle, and then they pulled down his tights and put a bottle rocket up there and lit.
Because you have to go so hard to become professional. Like, you really have to do something. I got to wrestle in an actual wrestling match for the nightly show when I was on it. And
shit, I remember that. Yeah.
And I got to wrestle Virgil.
Yeah.
By the way, who's like a full-fledged crackhead. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, and they brought me into training, and like Comedy Central sent like this like a professional like guy, so I don't get hurt in the rest of this. And within seconds of being in the ring with him, he smashed his head against mine, like on purpose.
Well, yeah,
I mean, was he a dick about it?
Dude, he's mentally not there.
Virgil's not the guy, like, because that is the thing about pro wrestling, is that you have to trust the guy that you're in there with. And like, I would not trust Virgil.
I did not have to. I mean, it took me 5 seconds because my teeth clapped together, and I thought I chipped my tooth within 10 seconds of being in the ring with him. And I was like, okay, let's bring in the insurance guy from Comedy Central, please.
Why did they use Virgil?
He's such a goof.
No, actually, he did a lot of race. So the segment was about how racist wrestling is, and it like. He had fought the KKK. He had been a slave. Like, he had done all this stuff that was like beyond racist in wrestling. And I mean, if you even like look at it, like there's video of McMahon saying the N-word. So I mean,
there is. I mean, yeah, but he said it with an A, so I think that's okay. Like, I don't think that's that big of a deal, right? It's like he said it in like a friendly way.
Yeah. Absolutely, that's fine. When your wife's in the president's cabinet, it's fine.
Well, he said it before.
Oh,
yeah, it was before.
I'm sure he's mumbled it since.
You think so?
I hope so.
I don't think so. I think that's a stretch for me to believe. But Ricky, man, it's good. I totally, like, I was watching it at midnight, and I was like, yeah, I know Ricky from somewhere, and I totally, because I'm a big wrestling guy, and I know Virgil. Like, I've had Virgil up here or up in New York a few times.
He's not good in conversation.
He's
I don't know why.
Lunatic.
He's out of his mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever talked to him. I know I've met him, but I don't think it's been for any length of time.
Right. Yeah, because you met him at the live Sam anniversary show, or
did I? don't
maybe I don't know.
Anniversary,
because I started having him on because Virgil became famous after wrestling because he started going, like, autograph conventions.
No, I don't know what that is.
Like an autograph, it's like when it happens, like they do it for football. Old actors do it, like
Comic Cons or whatever, where people just go and
right. They just sit at a table and you go up and you pay.
Oh,
them
dude,
for an
it was
autograph
like
and a
the
photo.
saddest thing I ever watched.
So
like because we did it in like Brooklyn at like a shitty like church gym, and he was sitting there. Selling his shirts and stuff like that. And I was like, this guy used to be with the $1 Million Man.
But like before you feel bad for him, Virgil like developed this reputation for showing up at conventions that he wasn't booked to be at. Like, he would just show up with a table and just put his shit down and start selling shit. And I've watched him. I started kind of, because I'm, like a giant wrestling guy. So I started watching him at all these conventions, and like, he would be hustling people the whole time, like really swindling people out of money. Like, any wrestling fan that was too shy to put up with somebody ripping them off, he would take however much money he could get out of their pockets. Like, it was ridiculous.
Like, he would be like, let's buy two. You buy two, give away to your friend. He didn't care about that.
Or he wouldn't say what the price was, and then he'd say what it was, and he'd be like, so that's 80. And they'd be like, I thought it was 60. And he goes, but you took a photo, and da-da-da. And he just like would talk so fast until all your money was gone. But nobody cares about Virgil.
No, and actually, after I wrestled him, Twitter really went after him. And like, it was just, I kind of felt, because he's considered like a sellout. They call him a sellout. Like, they just, like, they don't think he doesn't do a good justice for wrestling, I guess. How do you feel about it?
Well, I've always thought he was just a goof, because, so he would go, I started taking photos of him at these conventions with nobody around him, because he'd be like, people would be at all the other tables, but nobody would be at the Virgil table.
Well, he showed up by himself.
Exactly. Nobody was there to see him. And so then I started realizing like this was happening regularly. So I started a website called lonelyvirgil.net and just put up photos of him sitting by himself at conventions. And there's like dozens of them.
But his manager is even worse than he is.
Who was his manager?
Jonathan Branstein.
I don't know, but it was the same guy that had like the Iron Sheik for a while. And that guy, I know stories about. He used to be like the biggest bar mitzvah DJ in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
That guy used to, and my friend knew him growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And one day at the Chic, with the Chic, they just showed up to the Grammys.
That's right, yeah.
And walked the red carpet.
He did. He walked the red carpet with the Sheik, but you know what? He got a picture with Jay-Z.
Well,
on the red carpet.
Does Jay-Z want to meet the Sheik?
There probably is a thing where they're like, you know what? Like, they couldn't do that. They couldn't pull that off with Virgil because nobody gives a fuck about Virgil.
But with the Sheik,
Yes.
what my buddy said was the security guards at these things would see the Sheik and they love wrestling.
Right.
And they would just be like, well, the Sheik's here. I'm not going to tell him he can't walk the red carpet.
They probably assume he belongs there.
Yeah.
He's the Iron Sheik.
He's in a
that's-
suit.
But that's how that manager used to get away with that. And I mean, yeah. He's
Bro, he's
still
the
kinda-
legend. He's the
he
Sheik.
swindles shit all the time, that guy. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Take pictures. That's pretty slick.
He's like
though.
a Persian, too. He's not
Yeah.
even Jewish, and he's like the number one bar mitzvah DJ.
That's right. Oh, I wish I had a fucking client that's kind of like out of it to lug around that everybody loves.
Right.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love to be fucking Stephen Hawking's manager. I just wheel him out and fucking stand there.
You're not going to put him on the red carpet.
Come on. He won't get it dirty.
There's wheel marks all over it.
Yeah, but the Iron Sheik can get away with it because there are celebrities that would be like excited.
Oh my God,
that
yeah,
the
he's
Iron
the
Sheik
Sheik.
was there. But there's zero celebrities that would be excited about Virgil.
Yeah, they wouldn't know him.
No, if they knew him,
his
they'd be like, "What
teeth
the
are-
fuck is he
you
doing
see
here?"
him, his teeth are all fake, and it looks crazy, man. Like, once I realized who I was wrestling, I was like, okay, I'm in danger.
Yeah,
Is he a strong guy?
He's huge.
Yeah, he is,
yeah,
right?
he is. Because he used to be a boxer too.
Oh, he can fight.
He can fight.
He has to be what, 6'5"?
Yeah, at least. Yeah,
Is he that big?
He's
Yeah.
a big guy.
He's a big man.
So no one's tangling with him on the subway?
and he says his penis is 14 inches.
I tend to disagree with that.
And then when you ask him, he starts to neigh like a horse. That's true. Because he wants to say it because he's got a horse cock, you know. He's proud of it.
Yeah. Not a humble man.
No, except when I flew him in for my anniversary show that time, so he could be part of the live show.
You got swindled by that manager too.
Well, like,
It's Virgil.
it was such a pain in the ass to fly him in because, like, he needed so he goes like, okay, so I go, well, what can I book a ticket for him? And they go, no, he's got a friend who works in the airline, so he can get a round trip for $300 from Pittsburgh or something like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
That's not even a good deal from
I
Pittsburgh.
go, I don't know.
It's a very average deal. For a friend in the airline, it's an abominable deal.
All right, I go, all right, whatever. If I give you $300, he'll just be here. And they're like, yeah. And I go, okay, who do I PayPal it to? And they go, no, you don't do PayPal. And I go, what? And they go, you got to send a MoneyGram. And I was like, a MoneyGram?
So you had to go pick up the phone and shit?
Like a Western Union, like.
A singing telegram? That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So I had to figure out where you can get a MoneyGram. And I went to CVS where they still sell MoneyGrams. But you got to buy a MoneyGram in cash.
I've never done it.
Yeah.
No, I haven't
So I had to
either.
go to the ATM, pull out $300, then go and give them the $300. So I give them a MoneyGram. And then you just put it in Virgil's name.
Which is?
Mike Jones. Actually, that's his name, Mike Jones. Mike Jones. And then you just hope, all right, well, now it's in his hands. Virgil's going to pick up the $300 I just left for him somewhere, and he better get on that motherfucking plane, because otherwise, pretty sure I'm not getting it back. But
He's standing at the airport with $300.
That's right. And a $30 ticket he got from his friend. $270 profit. You got fucking beat by Virgil.
and then he needs a hotel room too. So I'm like, oh, fine. And right next door to Sirius is that terrible hotel that's really, really cheap. So that's where I booked him a room there, and I gave him my credit card information. I'm like, when this guy comes, just put the room on my credit card. Everything's fine. And so I'm like, all right. I go to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning the night before the show. At like 8 a.m., my phone starts ringing. And I'm like, hello? And he's like, yo, Sam. I go, yeah? He goes, it's Virgil, man. It's like, oh, no. Hey, Virgil. He's like, man, you know, they say they need a credit card, but I ain't got no credit card, man. What am I supposed to do here? I go, Virgil, where are you? You're not. And he goes, man, are you going to pay for my cab from the airport? And I was like, are you at the airport right now? No, man, I'm in a hotel. I'm like, all right, I'll give you some cash for a cab when I see you, but just go to the room. No, man, they say they need a credit card, and I don't got no credit card. And I was like, oh, my God. And I had to get on with, like, the hotel, and then they had to connect me to their national person or whatever. And I'm like, just take my credit card information and put Virgil in a room so he doesn't bother anyone. Just lock the door from the outside.
He's just in the gym of the hotel.
Yeah, exactly. How much just for the gym? But finally, like I tucked him away in there, and I got him there, and he was actually, and then he wanted to make it worth his time. So we did it. Like, have you been to the Sirius Studios in New York?
Yeah.
So you know that big glass studio that's in the lobby of the building?
Yeah,
the big fishbowl studio. So that's where I was doing the show, and I had like an audience of like, you fit like 35 people in there. So I had like 35 people.
And he set up his table.
Dude, he set up.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's a big dude. I'm looking at him. Jesus Christ. He's a monster.
He brings a rolling suitcase with him, and after we're off the air, it's not even a bit. We're off the air. He leaves before everybody else, and as everybody's like filing out of the studio, normally people will get pictures and stuff like that with the guests for those events as part of the fact that they were at the event. Virgil sits down in the lobby and lays out his 8x10s and starts like hustling people on their way out, and they're like, nobody bought any of them.
They didn't want to buy them?
Even at the event that Virgil was at, he was still lonely Virgil.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it just gets sad for those guys if it doesn't go great.
Yeah.
What's he doing for money? Is this what he just does for money?
Virgil, he goes town to town trying to hustle people at conventions. I read at one point.
Is Mankind still doing stand-up?
No, Mick Foley,
Yeah.
He was doing. I
think he's doing better. Like they say he's just a storyteller because he's a pretty affable guy.
He figured out.
It just broke my heart. I saw him fucking walking down the stairs of the Broadway Comedy Club one day, and like the way he was walking, I was like, wow, these guys still have to go for it. Every
they're
day.
fucking. A lot of times their hips are all fucked up, and they got injuries. But Mick likes it. I think Mick's probably got money socked away. He's not big on spending it.
No, he's not a spender.
So I'm sure he's financially fine.
And he's figured out by now that like at first he was trying to just do stand up, and then he was going to do this, and now he does this like storytelling thing where he incorporates wrestling because he realizes those are his fans, but he still does it in a broad enough way where he feels satisfied by it, and he actually does a good hour now.
Yeah, I hear he's very good.
But it's like more like a one-man show storytelling thing than like stand-up.
I used to work with a wrestler, one of the Valiant brothers. Johnny
Valiant?
or Jimmy Valiant used to do stand-up. I don't remember which one did it, but he was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
But he was taking a shot at being a comedian. It's so funny how many guys want to do stand-up.
Well, yeah, because they're like, oh, I could talk, and there are similarities between the comedy business and the wrestling business.
Sure.
But there's also a lot of differences.
Yeah, you're in a controlled environment when you're doing wrestling. Is a hard job, but I mean, when you're on the mic, you're in a controlled environment.
Right.
You're not talking to an audience who can yell at you.
Right.
And fucking be at worst say nothing.
And comedians are generally not trying to work the audience. You know what I mean? Like in wrestling, you're trained to kind of work the audience and do things.
Oh yeah, that was like a big thing when I did the wrestling. Was they're like you play it out,
right?
Play it out. It's not like you get hurt for a second, you get hurt for a full minute.
And like you're like, this is ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
But it works in front of the audience. Like you need this like exaggerated thing of like, this is the worst pain I've ever run in. Yeah.
And what does the other wrestler do? Just hang out while you're doing this?
Well, he might. He's like
gloat. Stumbling around the ring, gloating,
or lock you in a hold. Maybe twist the arm behind your back.
I wouldn't trust Virgil to do that.
No, you can't.
How much do you think he weighs?
Virgil?
250, 230?
I would say around there. Yeah,
probably
he's a heavyweight.
So yeah, he's
a
big
heavyweight
guy.
fighter. Yeah,
he's a big guy, big boy. That
I don't remember him. I don't. I might have met him. I've seen him. But he seems like an uncomfortable guy.
He is
to have an altercation with.
Yeah, he's a fairly uncomfortable guy. He likes that fuck money, though.
He does, right?
He loves talking about fuck money.
What's fuck money?
Fuck money is money that you could just like fuck with. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like not like prostitute.
Yeah,
money,
I know what you mean.
But just money that you could just throw around. He just tries to get that fuck money.
You think he has good credit?
I don't think I generally do.
He
people
couldn't get the hotel room, Jimmy.
Yeah, he
needed
needed
point.
He needed to buy the cash for the plane ticket came via MoneyGram. I'm not sure that he's got great credit. No. Oh, so you
so nice to I'm getting a text from Rogan making sure that we're good for today for the interview. It's so nice to just get a text from a guy whose podcast I was going to do confirming. Thank you, Joe.
Is that right?
What a good egg.
It's a big one to confirm too. That's
still nice.
That's it.
So
that's a
fucking
good.
Annoyed.
Yeah. Did you was that your first time on At Midnight?
No, it was actually my second time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've done it once before.
It's a fun show.
Yeah.
Do you get
I'm
into
happy
the-
I got beat by you and Jesse Joyce. Like, that's somebody to be.
okay,
One's a writer on the show.
Yeah, Jesse's a
Another
beast.
one's Norton. I'm glad.
yeah.
Jesse's such a funny guy
Oh,
too.
dude,
man.
he's incredible. I was kind of pissed that you had him today and I didn't.
Do you
I always
request?
request him. Always.
Yeah, it's a move. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Do you like the? Because I was asking Jim before you walked in about the competitive part of the show.
You just don't want to be the first to leave. I feel like
Yes,
feel like that
right.
would just be really bad. So
Yeah.
I haven't been there yet. So.
But once you, because like that's what I was saying to Norton. Like you could tell, especially Jim. Like in that, there's a round in At Midnight where it's literally a premise is presented, and you guys that are on the panel have to ding in, and whoever dings in gets to tell a joke. Punchline.
Well, Jim told the joke, and then seconds later, I told the same one. That's how much you're not listening.
That
You're trying to
happens
get the
sometimes,
button.
yeah.
You're
Right.
trying to get the buttons to go, and you're not listening to the next person next to you at all.
But sometimes the thing doesn't ring too. So like Camilla said, she was having a hard time with it, and there are times where I've done it, and it was like it's not going. So like you do press it manically just to get it, and then fire out.
Have you won
lines.
every time?
Yeah, so far. But I
That's
mean,
great.
I'm due for a loss. It'll happen.
You think so?
Oh, of course. It's just it's just been a decent string, but I'll
You
go
got to
on.
get that first loss. That's what they say when you're undefeated. You got to get that first loss out of the way.
Yeah, Ron Funches has won a lot more than I have. I think he's got the record for the most.
Consecutive.
I think
believe
it's like
so.
him and Benson, isn't it?
I
Oh
don't
yeah, they
know.
were saying Doug Benson has a
Yeah.
ton.
Yeah,
in
I'm
a
sure
row.
he.
I
did
have
great.
the highest score of all time.
Do you really?
Yeah, they played a game where I got like 15,000 in the first two like answers, and I pretty much didn't play after that. I was like, I'm in the last round. This
Right.
is great.
And then they wipe the scoreboard, and you're
Yeah,
like, God
no.
damn it! Can't you just?
And then Jesse Joyce destroyed me.
Yeah, he's a funny fuck, man.
Dude, he's so funny, and he's
Yeah.
the nicest guy too.
Yeah, he really is.
He's really great.
He's great for vicious lines too. Oh, does he like some fucking horrible
And he
jokes?
just enjoys him so much. Like I've never seen anybody who loves a good roast, brutal joke the way
Yeah.
Jesse Joyce does. Like he just has this because he's a really like genuinely nice person.
Well, he wrote with like Geraldo.
Yeah.
Like I mean, he's one of the best. I love him.
Yeah, he makes
Yeah.
a good living out here too. I mean, everyone knows he's a good writer. He's got that reputation because he wrote for Greg and he wrote for I think he wrote for Seth in the Oscars. Like he's
Oh,
really
did
yeah,
Wow.
man.
Yeah.
He's a very funny dude. He's a good comic too. People like I invited him on tonight, but he couldn't come. He was doing something.
But he said he wanted next time we're out here, we'll definitely have him on again because it's been a while. So did you go to an art fair?
Yes, I did.
What was up with that?
The Queen Mother and I decided to. My manager Jonathan decided to go.
This is Jonathan. He's Jim's travel companion.
Yeah. Into the.
Yeah, this is.
I just went to the art fair with. Well, it was an art fair that we were driving by, and we.
It's by that giant building, the multicolored furniture buildings that HBO has a party at, the Pacific, whatever.
Were you
it's
Civic
I don't get
Design Center,
invited
which
to
is
shit
featured
yet,
in the movie.
Jimmy. Don't
called?
say that to me.
Dude, I've never been.
This is my first time on this show. Come on, man.
Did you ever see the movie Bowfinger?
No.
It was featured in that. It was
Okay.
the house for or the place where the big cult was that Eddie Murphy was in.
Right.
And
Well, were you?
By the way, I've never been to the HBO party. I've just driven
Okay.
by it and said, "Why are all those lights?" And he'll go, "It's the HBO party." I'm like, "All right, well, thanks."
Zoom.
Yeah, let's go to the hotel unmolested.
So, did you represent Jim at the art fair in a professional capacity?
well,
Because it kind of sounds like we're more of his travel companion.
yeah. I mean,
Jonathan suggested it on a Sunday.
Oh.
It was a lazy Sunday.
God.
The night before, we were coming back from the frozen yogurt place, and he suggested.
Yeah, okay, you're his travel companion.
Yeah, he is.
I'm always interested
Yeah.
in seeing art, and when we drove by it, and I thought, wow, what's going on there? It looked like you could see because there's a big fence, but you could see like these giant art booths, set up, and I was like, oh, I wanted to go take a look.
Yeah.
And then
I scoffed at you at first.
yes,
You did.
Jim was kind of against it at first. What we didn't know was that there was a fashion show going on there, and so it was a very mixed crowd. Jim was really, the moment we walked in there, he was completely into it.
You liked it?
Yeah, there's some lovely young ladies walking around.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a whole.
some true
This
delights.
town is terrible with the women, though. I just feel like they're all just bad people.
You think so?
Yeah. They're not good out here.
Well, luckily,
Probably right.
Jim is not a great person.
Well,
either.
I don't think character was the metric that he was using.
Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't exactly the.
Yeah, the content of her character was irrelevant.
No, that was not the metric for whether it was a
Yeah, you're right.
She was a good girl. Yeah. Yeah. But there was several of, as Jim would characterize them, good girls at the party.
There's some delights.
So yeah, so that's what the art fair was. It was more about coos hounding.
We looked at some photos. So there's some nice art too, some paintings, but it was a small amount of display. I didn't know there was a fashion show. So we walked in, looked at the paintings, and they were really great. And there's some like this one woman took photos that were fucking but there was only like 12 or 13 booths. It was not big. And then we saw that the rest was a fashion show. Like, fuck. I don't want to see this shit.
You don't, right?
No.
Right.
Not interested.
Well, you didn't want to leave right away because there was a young.
Trying to take a look at the next.
There was a
piece of
person in a
coos.
dress and
A young seductress.
An individual.
Yes, a young individual.
about the same height as me. And,
Had the same bulge as well. That notorious bulge.
yeah, well, it was interesting because but then we
Pulled out a pair of pants in a similar way.
Yeah.
and then in a rather what was
A little gift from the God above.
Jesus Christ. What was a lovely coda to the night was the fact that we got lost in the parking lot looking for the car.
Oh, how long? For at least 15 minutes. We're walking.
20 minutes.
He's walking around with his fucking thing, and you're like, ding, and you hear it, but it's a fucking parking garage, so it's echoing all
It's
over.
echoing everywhere.
no.
It's bouncing off every wall.
And so you don't know if like the button is going off because it's below you or above you.
No idea.
It was like out of a movie. I mean, literally, we were like, "Where is the?" You
didn't pay attention to
and
where
we
you
were trying to
parked.
find.
No,
this-
we knew it was 3A.
No, 3A,
3A.
but 2F we were looking for, which was.
I took a picture in front of 2F because that summed us up. so I took a photo of us.
F squared.
Yeah, just a couple of us.
But we couldn't find it. We kept going, well, where could this be? And and then we kept looking and looking, and then finally, we finally found it. That's a great story, isn't it? We finally found the car, but
Yeah.
no, it was really for like 20 minutes. You feel stupid when you.
Well, yeah. I mean, that is They made an episode of Seinfeld based on it.
I know.
So it's,
Especially when you can hear the thing going off. That's the worst
It
part.
was close to us.
Echoing.
It was probably 15 feet or 20 feet from us. It's just the way that the levels, they were right on top of each other, and there was other ramps, and it was
A parking garage.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's all these weird lines in the road that made it on.
Yeah.
But were you enthusiastic about going to the art fair, or was it just a boring?
I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
Sunday night, I was like, I knew I had to get up this morning, and I was
We had a
like,
lovely
fuck it,
lunch at the
yesterday
Ivy,
morning.
though.
Oh, we did. That was a fucking great place.
At the Ivy?
Yeah. Really good place. It was in an episode of The Comeback. You ever see The Comeback?
I've been to Ivy before.
That's good,
I don't know
man.
yeah.
Very good.
You never seen
Fucking-
the comeback?
No.
Oh, it's
so
a
fucking
masterpiece,
great.
dude. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. The British Office, I think, is the best thing ever. You ever see that?
Yeah.
But this is a close second and uncomfortable. Like, she's so. Lisa Kudrow is so good at making your skin crawl, like in a great way. She's awesome
Yeah.
in that movie, in that show.
Yeah, she's
So whatever.
really, really good.
So yeah, we went to the Ivy. We eat out a lot.
I
We're
bet
gonna
you
go-
do.
Yeah, well, you know.
And we go to the yogurt. And we go to the yogurt stop.
3 nights in a row, I went to the yogurt stop. Naughty boy.
Ooh.
They think we're a couple. I mean, we've been going
So
there
does
for
everybody
years.
else. I mean,
No, we're
everybody
really
on-
not.
No.
Everybody on
no,
Twitter
no,
thinks
no,
that. Like,
no.
I just like torturing him with Chip.
yeah. Yeah, they think there's something. I mean, there's a
That-
closeness.
You
there.
guys always travel together?
No.
He did go to Australia.
I just want to know. I want to know the
He
dynamic.
did come to Australia with
Yes,
me.
They're travel companions.
Well, you did the festival,
It sounds
Jimmy?
weird.
Yeah, I did Melbourne and Sydney, and
Cool.
I want to go by myself.
Yeah.
and I'm on
No,
unattached.
the road by yourself is miserable.
It's terrible.
But luckily, you have a companion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say companion. That's such a weird.
Why?
Because I
Why
think of
not?
that movie. What was that?
Remember we climbed the bridge together? That was
All
fun.
right,
The Sydney
yeah.
Bridge.
We
Oh,
did.
you did that
We did
together?
the Sydney Bridge climb together.
The way you said it with the smile on your face, it just looked like a weird.
Well, because that's one of those like that really is
A couple's activity.
it is. It's an emotional.
No,
thing
it's not a couple. It was really fun. And I was.
Well, it's fun. It's scary. It's something. It's a life experience that you guys shared together.
But
pictures?
Jim is funny because he said he was terrified side.
I was
in all
scared.
honesty, though, you didn't show that except once. There was one time where you showed.
Yeah.
it. The rest
You
of
are
the time,
so
you.
brave.
Yeah, he said that.
but I
to me.
mean,
You
look
did
how
so
good you are,
good.
Jimmy, with heights.
Someone's
you
a
looked
big
at-
boy.
We were really
Travel
naive.
companion.
How
vibe.
often are you getting up on heights with him? Like,
No,
That was the first time, and I did so much better than she thought I would.
all right.
Usually he's so scared, but he was such a brave man.
Such a brave boy.
Oh, there's my brave man climbing the Sydney Bridge. Ooh.
Yeah. No, you looked that well.
It was scary. Like
It was-
when you walk from one span to the other and you're just over the fucking roadway. That was
But
terrifying.
luckily, you guys both had your rock with you, which is each other.
Yeah, we had our inner strength, and
Yeah.
our commitment to not fail
Is
or
that
not
what you-
give up.
Did you say that at any point while you're climbing the bridge, Jonathan? You're my strength.
You
No,
know,
I think I mumbled. I hope you die for suggesting this. Fucking creep, you're fired.
I just want to say one thing.
and then he said, "What about the art fair in L.A.?"
I'm like, all right, you're rehired.
You're back in.
Yeah, but you. The thing is,
We were like
you make,
Liberace and Scott Thorson.
you make it sound so great, except when Chip is there, it's a whole other.
Did Chip climb the bridge?
No,
I didn't think so.
Chip was not on there. Chip was nowhere near the bridge.
Right, right.
Chip was in Australia numerous times, but
Under the bridge.
yeah, I mean, like the Macy's incident yesterday. No, 2 days ago, whatever, 3 days ago.
What's the Macy?
I tweeted. I showed you.
This is. I feel like this is like inside couple references that me and Ricky just are not. We're not involved with.
We had
It's like,
gone to another store.
You guys know the Macy's incident, don't
Yes,
you?
apparently I should not have said that something made him look fat. He got very upset.
all right.
You bitch.
You know,
It's still a sore subject. So how
is.
uncomfortable he
no,
is
because
about it.
we went to another store and he bought something and in the bag. It set off the big alarm bells at
Yeah.
Macy's,
Sure.
and it attracts a lot of attention. And then
You
know,
two who were running out with bags.
Well, no, Chip, who screamed really loudly.
I showed Sam the video.
Yeah, Chip. Well, Jim.
I played that yesterday on the show, didn't I?
No, I
I
think
played
you
the
showed me
cat
after the
stuff.
show.
Oh.
Yeah. Jim knew that the alarm was going to go off.
'Cause we went to the Apple store first, and when I walked into Macy's, the fucking boop, 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 that
Okay.
alarm thing
Right,
goes
very
off.
good.
So he must have let Chip know because Chip was walking out and had the camera on, and the thing started beeping. The shoplifter alarm.
Yeah.
So Chip started in the mall screaming.
He
at
might
the
not even
top.
know who Chip is. He's like, who the fuck are you talking about?
No, I don't know who Chip is, but I mean, I can
Chip is-
understand the story.
Chip
goddamn.
Chip is Jim's alter ego.
It's just a radio character that I've been
It's
humiliating
not a radio
myself.
character if you do it at the mall.
It's a good point.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you do it alone, if you do it in the car, if you do it for nobody.
Didn't Patrice say it was the purest form of me? He said something really funny.
But he screamed at the top of his lungs as the shoplifter.
It doesn't
alarm
make
was
sense
going
if you
off.
don't know who Chip is.
But it's.
No, it's still funny.
I mean, if a person is screaming at the top of their lungs and Jonathan doesn't want attention called to him,
Yeah, he gets so embarrassed.
yeah, I would say
I
it's
mean,
embarrassing. It's
you know,
universally
was this at the
embarrassing.
Grove?
No, the Beverly Center. I mean,
Oh yeah.
They were at the Beverly
it's a
Center
mall, it's
together.
a public place.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, stop going in the ladies' room. Why are you doing? I mean,
No, the
everything.
ladies' shoes.
Sorry. Okay.
Well, now
whatever.
he was shopping for women's shoes.
No, I wasn't shopping for women's shoes.
Why was he shopping for women?
I wasn't shopping for. No, it doesn't matter.
Why were you shopping for women?
I wasn't. I was. I was looking. I thought there was men's shoes
In the
And-
women's section?
No,
Why would they put men's shoes?
because I didn't know it was a women's section. And then of course Chip starts yelling.
But if it
What are you
wasn't,
do? You know.
because if it's all women's shoes, why would you look for men's
why
shoes?
would you
where-
say
I
what-
guarantee you could make the same mistake.
I don't think so.
Trust me, it was athletic shoes. It wasn't.
I collect-
it wasn't like Louboutins that I was looking at. You know?
Yeah, no, but the difference is when you see men and there's a woe in front of it, that's the wrong place to buy your shoes.
Yeah, it says it. It says it.
Well.
Yeah, it was very gender specific.
All the shoes are very effeminate looking.
Yeah.
You know, just a weird place to shop.
Somebody wanted to get dolled up for the art fair.
I'm going to be the prettiest travel companion you've ever
Absolutely.
had. I think it's adorable. I think Jim needs a travel companion
right.
at this
You
stage.
need
in
a
his
good
life.
friend.
And- yeah, and I can only do so much. You know, I'm his co-host,
Well-
not his travel companion.
We went to one thing in Australia where it was a flight simulator.
That's another couple activity.
No.
Guys,
No, hold on.
you guys are fucking.
Just a couple of pals.
That's
No,
like Jonathan is like Jim's female friend that he's doing all this fun stuff
Yeah.
with. That's like Is Jim fucking her? No, he says we're just friends right now. You know, it's just better that way.
I mean, it sounds great to date Jim.
Take you to Australia.
Climb bridges, go on flight simulators.
Yeah, fart in your car, make you laugh.
Oh, it's horrible. And I have a new car, and it's just awful. Yeah.
You can go on, you go shopping, all kinds of fun stuff. So what happened in the flight simulator?
No, we didn't.
We didn't do
They
it.
weren't open, but we did put on the outfits and get behind. We
Got our pictures taken in little
We did do
captain's
that. That
outfits.
was
What?
Yes, we did. We got our pictures taken in captain's outfits.
Why? You didn't even do the thing.
Because they didn't have time or whatever.
But
so
let's just take a photo.
all we wanted was the picture. So we told the guy, he's like, oh, I got people coming in. We're like, we just sitting there. And he was Australia, so he was polite. He was in Melbourne. He was like, all right. So we put on
you
the
guys
hats.
got
We took our
dressed up
pictures.
together? And
Yeah, we sat in the cockpit of the.
Put on our little captain's hats.
you do understand that there's literally nothing.
Yeah, we both were dressed like L. Ron Hubbard.
fake Navy.
Yeah, just
You do realize that you're in the Sea Org.
yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah, I know. I was in a supermarket in Hollywood not years ago, and they were because they're based there in Hollywood. And,
Scientology?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the in front of me, these people. I thought. I was naive. I said, "Are you in the Navy?" And they, literally, because they were wearing these outfits, but it wasn't like a U.S. Navy
Right.
outfit. I was like, "What? Are you in the Navy?" And they turn around and they go, "No, we're Scientologists." And I went, "Oh, so why are you wearing like Navy?" And they got really uncomfortable when I asked that.
Well, that is an uncomfortable
But
it's an honest question. I agree with it.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I was trying to
It's
make
a
fun
child's question. Why did the fire make your skin like that?
but I didn't know anything about Scientology at that. I mean, this is years ago.
Sure.
Before Leia Remini had educated all of us.
I haven't seen her. I always hate people that won't
really
come on
good.
our show, so she wouldn't come on our show. So I was like, "Fuck her! I'm not gonna watch her shitty documentary."
It's
but
really
now I
good.
want to watch
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah, I
really-
will watch it. I've
it's
heard
really
it's
good,
great,
yeah.
so I
Really,
will
really
watch
good.
it.
It's
I lose my
scary,
own
man.
protest.
It's really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a group of mentals right there.
The way they separate families.
Well, why can't they get the guy? I mean, it's amazing. I guess they're just so
Miscavige?
insulated with lawyers.
David
and
Miscavige,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it says he just assaults everybody. He just kicks the shit out of people.
Well, he's the boss.
But they're a part
the
of
Catholic Church has done
Like
worse.
they have regular jobs. They're a part of like everyday life,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
even realize it. And I mean, some of them are lawyers. So
Yeah.
they're untouchable.
Yeah. I was going to say that you guys know that there is literally no difference between what you did in Australia at that flight simulator and when people go to like Six Flags and dress up like they're in the Old West and take like photos that look like
sexy
old filming.
photo.
Yeah, there's one that has like the garters on
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, that's what you guys did together.
No, we didn't dress up like the Old West. We dressed up like Mohammed Atta and whatever his friend's name was.
That's not nice.
I don't remember the other fella's name.
But you get where I'm going.
I sure do. Yeah, it wasn't a dignified moment. Yeah, John's fun on the road though because he knows interesting people. He's got cool friends. He's a fun guy to travel with.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's a fun guy to travel with.
Yeah.
Late night companion.
No
problem.
If
No
I
problem.
had a young lady friend, I would travel with her.
But Jonathan will fill that role.
No, I've encouraged Jim to find a young lady friend.
I'm working on it.
Yeah?
I'm
Are
working
you?
on it. Yeah, what am I gonna do?
It's not always great on the road, though.
I know.
Having a girlfriend?
Yeah,
Do you have a girlfriend?
I'm 5 years in now.
Oh
And,
wow.
wow.
How old are you? You're a young guy.
I just turned 28 on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you are young, dude.
So, yeah, I mean, I brought my girl to Norway once and almost sent her home from Norway. And it's just...
Were you fighting, or were there so many other people?
yeah,
there?
just fighting. Just it just...
Oh my God!
They
Hang
don't
on,
get- oh,
Rick. I'm
oh,
definitely
please.
going to ask you
Yeah,
about
please,
this because I'm interested.
But the pictures
We've
here.
got to tweet this out.
Let me see it.
We've got.
He's tweeted it out.
I'm going to send this to Adrian
Let me
so
see
we can
it.
tweet it out from
Tweet it
at
out,
Jim and
actually.
Sam.
Let me see. I'll
Show.
make sure I don't look a little queer in it.
Jim tweeted it out. I wouldn't.
This could be.
Oh, that's a great photo.
You
Please.
but you tweeted it out.
I know. I'm sure. I
This
did.
could be the gayest photo I've ever seen.
No, I think the
Now,
caption
which
was,
one of you have it framed?
Captain Jim and Johnny reporting for duty.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's literally. It is.
that's special.
It's Jim and
It's
Jonathan.
like the pilot for the Village People.
and they're. Can you text this to me?
Sure.
yeah, yeah.
They're
Tweet
dressed
that.
up. They're dressed up as pilots.
Well, captains.
And they're in the captain's seat together, and they're both turning over their shoulders, and they're both smiling at the camera.
Sure, we're happy.
Hey, ready for liftoff?
It actually looks real though.
No, it does. It absolutely.
I mean,
it,
I-
it looks like pilots allowed you to sit in the front.
Yeah.
You guys showed up to the plane in your own outfits.
Right. Looks like
I want to sit in a simulator though. I really wish we could do that. That looks kind of cool.
This simulator was not your, I think, professional simulator. This was like a box that had a thing underneath that shakes it.
Oh, like a mall roller coaster type thing. Yeah.
I told you I went on one of those I was dating this girl years ago.
Jonathan?
No, it wasn't Jonathan. I said years ago. It was we were fighting. We went to Vegas. She had caught me dirty texting. Mm-hmm. And the story I tell in my dumb act. This is after this incident.
Oh, that's the girl who caught you after you accidentally printed out the text.
Yes, she did. Oh yeah, I did, and she found it in the printer.
Yes.
So we went to Vegas and the makeup tour. I was apologizing, and I felt bad. And one of the ways is she wanted me to go on the New York roller coaster. I'm like, no, I won't do that. So she got me to go in a simulator, and it's like a box like that, but it feels like a roller coaster.
Sure.
So she programmed the thing. So we get in, and there's an emergency stop button. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you it was less than 10 seconds. The music started playing, da-da-da-da-da-da, and then we started going up, and we turned, and I hit the thing. I panicked. I hit it stop because I felt like I was going to vomit from the thing turning upside down. And we got out. And
little kids ride those
the
things.
guy thought I broke it. He thought it was an error. And she's like, that was fucking humiliating. She was so humiliated that this creature she fucks couldn't take more than 10 seconds.
That's how long it was? About 10 seconds?
Maybe less.
Oh, my
She'll tell you the
God.
story.
Oh, my God. That's really bad.
She was humiliated.
But so you've been in it for 5 years?
Yeah.
Why you were fighting? Why?
I was with another comic, and it's one of those comics that just loves to go head to head with people. And I told her before we even got on the plane.
Wait, he was fucking with your girlfriend?
It's not even that. He just
likes to argue.
have the conversation, and he likes to push it and whatnot. And I told her before we even got on the fucking plane, I was like, do not go toe to toe with this guy. He will fucking ruin you. Day 2.
Who was it?
Andrew Schultz.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He was on the
And-
show while you were gone. He was on the show
I love
on
Andrew
Friday.
Schultz.
He's
Yeah,
the
great.
greatest. I love Andrew, New York guy. And,
But
I love him.
I mean, there is nothing.
He won't argue. There's nothing he won't argue.
Yes, there's nothing he won't argue about. And he'll just argue because. Like, he'll go, like if you say something, he'll go, explain why.
Yes.
And then as you're explaining why, he'll find flaws and just start arguing for sport.
Yes, 100%. And that happened, and we're fucking, I was doing the Norwegian Comedy Festival or whatever the fuck that was. And it was 2 hours into Norway, and it just started right off.
What were they arguing about? What was the first subject?
Women's rights or some shit, dude.
She was arguing with him.
No, he started it. He's like, how do you feel about this? And then it just turned.
He hated
He's
her.
just a bright guy. He likes a good debate.
He loves debating.
He asks
He baits
1,000
people,
questions until he can find one he can win.
Yeah, that's him.
No. Great guy.
I love it.
Great guy.
I haven't seen that yet. I'm sure if we're on the radio enough. We will.
That's hilarious.
Have you gotten into it with him, Jim?
No, I haven't. I've worked with him. I think he's very funny. He's a good comedy. He's a good actor too.
So, like, what do you ever stay home more now?
No, what I'll do is if like we went to New Orleans recently, and when we did that, I had my shows, and then we took a couple 3 days after, and then she flew down then, and we did the.
That makes
and
sense.
We enjoyed New Orleans together.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we end up traveling. Like, I end up traveling for a bunch of stuff, and unless, like, if we're doing shows in LA, like last time we were in LA, Jess came out. But it was only because she could work here too.
Right.
'Cause her place where she works has an office here. So it's like if she can go to work, if I'm on a work trip, if she can go to work as well, then that's fine. But if she's not, like, then I gotta leave her at home because
then you come back to the hotel. She has every question about what you just did,
and she thinks it's like now it's time to vacation. Now we're gonna go do this. Now we're
And
gonna go
she's
do that.
bored,
Right.
sitting there all day.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like lost in translation, you know?
Yeah.
Except you're not going to get to fuck Scarlett Johansson at the end of it. It's a big
I don't
difference.
think anybody
just
did in the
Jimmy.
Yeah, you're
All right,
right.
I call you Jimmy. I don't know
yeah,
why I
you
do
are.
it. Everybody.
Some people do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. So you think you're gonna propose to this girl?
We've been together 5 years. You know, I'm not planning to do it before I'm 30. So
How'd you meet her? Was she a comedian?
I met her. No, I don't fuck with any chick with a headshot.
That's a good one.
That's true.
I refuse it. They're all fucking. They're liars. The minute a girl is an actor, she's a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, or comic. I mean, they're fucking lying on stories all the time. It's no good. So I've always stayed away from it. Yeah. And plus, I don't want to fuck somebody and then have to work with them when it's done.
Yeah, or hear their take on it. That's the last thing I want to do is fuck a woman and then hear how she felt about it in front of people.
Oh yeah,
I don't need that.
No.
It happened one time, and I'm like, I won't do this again.
Oh, did somebody that you were banging turn it into material?
A girlfriend. I was dating a girlfriend, and she talked about our sex life too. Like it was her life too. She got mad at me, and I talked to Colin about it. He's like, hey, it's your life too. But then she started doing it. I'm like, all right, oof, that's unpleasant.
That's so funny because as people who speak for a living, like you just expect your partner to deal with the fact that look, part of what you do with me is gonna just be public.
Yeah, I won't say your name, but
But we don't have to ever worry. We don't have to have that coming back the other way.
I did.
So it doesn't feel good.
No.
It's so funny. Because I've always been of the school of thought of like, what's the big deal? Yeah, I'm not like, don't worry. I'm not going to give out too many details, but because I'm not humiliating myself, maybe just humiliating her.
What's the worst thing you've ever said that she bugged on?
There have been definitely been a few. I told earlier this morning, I was talking about when I fake proposed on the air once. And then
you're fucking brutal.
Yeah, and then another time on the air when we were doing Opie and Anthony and Jim was on. I got in so much trouble for this one when I told you guys and said on the air that we had started using condoms again.
Oh yeah.
Before we got married, like the 6 months or whatever leading to our
make
wedding.
It special.
We started using condoms again just so we could stop on the wedding night and be like, oh shit, this is awesome.
That's dumb.
I thought it was stupid too.
Really terrible idea.
It was her
terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't. But then
even if one of you has AIDS, I think it's a bad
idea. but so I said that's what we were doing, and it is what it is. And then you guys call my mom to ask her what she thought of that.
No.
And it was so weird because she said Sam's daddy always raw dogs me. It's very inappropriate.
I don't remember that quote specifically.
Man, I apologize.
But then I got home and I had to tell Jess. She was like already upset that even the thing had come up before I said that they'd call my mom.
Oh no.
So I was like, oh fuck, if she's upset about this part, wait till she finds out. I was like, and then they call mom. And she was like, what? And that was real bad.
You got in trouble for that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That made for a rough lead up to the wedding.
Now everyone knows that she's making you wear a bag.
Yeah, that was a bad one. That was real bad.
Why would you even disclose any of this?
That's what happens on the radio.
Why does anybody have your parents' number?
Yeah, I don't know, because I thought it was interesting. And like, they're like, can we call your parents? And I'm like, yeah, let's shake it up a little bit. Let's see what happens. Like,
it's one of those things where on slow news days, and I was talking about this recently, like you start to confess shit on slow news days because there's nothing happening. There's nothing crazy. So you start talking about your personal life or it just comes out.
Or you just get so bored of the news. Like, I don't want to talk about Trump again.
Absolutely.
Like, and I'd rather talk about like, oh, I did this weird thing or this happened one time. And then that's always way more interesting than any of the, like, nobody sits there, 3 years later and goes like, oh man, I had this great hot take. Like, I had this great hot take on this news story or blah, blah, blah. But they'll always come back to like those stories.
Yeah, they love to hear the personal stuff.
Yeah. It's interesting.
But for us, it was always when there was just not a lot happening. You're just talking and all, or maybe it was you're bored. Oh, it all comes out.
Yeah.
It fucking all comes out.
You mean like in the movie The Jinx?
Yeah.
And then you just go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I killed them all.
Yeah, we climbed the Sydney Bridge together.
Of course I was using condoms.
Isn't he back in jail?
Yeah, he's going. He might be, yeah.
He urinated on candy at a CVS or some shit?
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did he do that for?
That's what makes it candy.
He actually, oh God.
A lemon coating.
Exactly.
A delicious lemon coating.
It was a stick till he got a hold of it.
To Jim, those are known as yellow treats.
Yeah, so he pissed on candy?
Yeah, there's a video of it.
Robert Durst?
Yeah. He's troubled.
What a creepy whole project that was.
He's a creeper.
It's amazing when you get something like that at the end, though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine stumbling, like, holy shit, like somebody's just monitoring it, goes, I think, like everybody's like starting to pack up, and they're like, wait. Can we play this tape back? I think he just said something in the
I wonder if that really was the last day. Maybe it was.
Not since the Sylvester Stallone story, where he supposedly had
work
the mic.
The balls.
Yeah, cradle the balls, work the shift, say my name and tell me you love me. Like.
Oh, that's cool. I would like to hear that.
You would?
No girl, tell me that. Yeah. I'm having my fucking balls worked.
Oh, I thought you meant you'd like to hear a girl tell you the other thing. Like the girl's telling you work the ball.
Oh, that's funny.
You wouldn't mind that.
No, I would enjoy that a lot, actually. Good call. I didn't think of it.
Yeah. I think that's where you're at right now.
Yeah, and I was thinking about getting blown. I've been blown a little while.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Well, you're in Los Angeles, when in Rome.
That's true. I want to get blown.
You do?
Yep.
Go to the Comedy Store,
Jonathan.
Jim. You'll be good.
I don't think anybody at the store would blow me. I don't have good luck.
Come on, those comics to hear, yeah.
You don't think you get blown by a fan in the comedy? You're not around.
Fan, a girl coming
Yeah.
up in comedy.
I never fuck comedians.
You don't do it either. Okay.
No, only because especially if it's someone new or if they open for me, it would feel too predatory. Like, they got to deal with enough creeps. I'm not Mr. Nice Guy, but I just don't want to do that.
Yeah. And you're hiring people less. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's good. I think it's healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
So you're trying to get blown the old-fashioned way, and it's a little tougher.
with a gun.
Yeah, okay, Phil Spector.
Yeah, as soon as she said, I don't care about Imagine. I'm not so. Showed her the fucking Lennon piano, and she didn't suck his dick, and she paid the price.
Jim's working on a wall of sound as we speak.
Yeah, no, it would be nice though, man. I kind of want to date at this point. You just get to that place where you're like, I've been single for a few years.
You want to date a girl?
Yeah, wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. Well, you know what you got to do. If you really want to date a girl,
Yeah.
you got to.
I gotta edit this Netflix special really quick. Oh boy. Oh, I got a 5-minute hunk that has to come out of that.
You got to. You got to slow down the sexting. I think now
Yeah, it's hard
to
man.
rid yourself of that habit when you start dating.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because it's not like you're gonna meet this girl. Like you're never going to meet a girl that's like, oh, I don't want a dirty text with anybody anymore.
I know. I mean, I was texting with this delightful young lady.
Oh my god,
It's really
wow.
that's tough to say goodbye to.
Yeah, it's really. And then I sent her Edgar. Yeah, it's really hard to not. It's hard to not do it.
But that's what you got to do.
You got to find the girl that brings girls.
Yeah, I know. But when you get like photos like
Oh
that,
my
Yeah.
god,
real.
no.
Yeah, real.
I don't
Perfectly
think-
real. Trust me.
Really?
I'm showing them a picture of a guy's cock. They can't get over it's that big.
It's so long.
Yeah.
Is that Virgil?
You know, it's a girl's breasts.
Wow.
Yeah, they're real.
I mean, yeah, you have to put yourself in that kind of relationship headspace before you even get in the relationship.
You're probably right. I keep waiting for the day where I meet somebody and all of a sudden we're in love and then I don't want to sex, and that will never happen.
No, of course it's not going to happen. I
No,
want
that
sex.
doesn't happen.
You do.
Of course,
Not
but
with me.
No,
I don't want to deal with you.
I'm not asking you to sext with me.
Yeah, you are.
You're totally reading this
I'm
conversation.
not.
Yes, you're totally.
I'm saying sex. You're like, well, I want to sex. Like you're offended.
You're off on this.
Yeah, all right.
No, you're totally off.
But I haven't sent like a risque comment with an LOL at the end of it.
Just to see where it's going.
Just to see what she's saying.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'd eat your cunt. LOL.
Yeah, you never stop wanting to do that stuff. You just realize that there are
not worth it.
Right, there are more valuable things. Like this is a short term, whatever it's called. What are the
Great load. This is called a short-term phenomenal good time.
Yeah. It's a short term high versus like
Long-term torture.
No.
The fucking same person forever.
that's not, see you're not 100% there. I don't
I'm
think.
not ready.
You're not quite there. The fact that you're like, well, I want to do this, but it is torture at the same time. So
I'll do it eventually.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, like Brad met his girl. Brad Williams was here with his girlfriend is super. His fiance, she's sexy, really hot girl. But they're good for each other. They just met and how it's like that. Then
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not like you have to be in a relationship headspace and you have to not be sexting in general and you have to
Yeah.
not be doing that stuff to even be available for it.
Oh, what do I know?
You're not available.
I know.
You're not.
No, I know.
So it's
I'm
like
emotionally unavailable.
that's right. It's not going to happen. Like it's not just going to just occur to you that like, oh my God, she swept me off my feet. You're looking for your Prince Charming in a dress. Yeah. You're looking for a size 12 glass slipper.
This job doesn't make it any easier.
No, not at all.
No. Being a public person. Well, how did you deal with that, right? Because like it's one thing 5 years ago when you're kind of a younger comic, but then when you get the nightly show, when like you start popping up on at midnight, like you start getting some notoriety, and it's a lot easier to get chicks.
My girlfriend never saw me do stand up before we met. So that was huge because
You like that more.
I was sick of fucking girls that were just like at shows. I
Right.
was just like, this is
You don't need the fangirl
No,
thing. Yeah.
it wasn't my favorite at all, and it never led to anything good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
How'd you meet your girl?
It was the day I got out of jail.
What were you in jail for?
A
Did it
DUI,
involve
but I
a
never
ski
got
mask?
charged for it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I said it didn't involve a ski mask and a hammer, did
No,
it?
no. It was just some bullshit, man.
Okay.
And,
How long were you in?
24 hours.
Okay, so it was just like a holding cell,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I got out and I went to.
And
do
you
a
just
show.
needed a woman.
Yeah, because I was like, I need somebody that's gonna stop
I've
this shit.
been locked up. Yeah, I've been away for a long
Hey,
time.
do you have a driver's license? Let's do 5 years together. Yeah, and it was, and I actually, she went to college with another comedian, and he introduced us, and it was that simple.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
You went
Wow.
out, and how long before you knew, like, wow, I like this girl?
Well, she was living out here in L.A., so at that time, me and Pete Davidson were coming back and forth a lot.
Oh, cool.
And we would just end up staying at her place, and then it just worked. It
Yeah.
just worked, and she got it, and like she works in the industry, but she doesn't. She's a stylist, so it's like
So she's
yeah.
familiar enough with what it is.
Yeah,
but she
and
doesn't
she
have
sees
those.
it too.
Yeah.
Like she understands what's going on. I mean, like she can come down to the cellar and understand the table and the rest of that shit, and not like.
Right. She
Yeah,
understands the
fussy
cool
about it.
lingo we use. Like, we'll say this business of show. You know?
That's so industry.
Yeah, it's real inside
That's really,
stuff.
yeah.
Don't
that's-
tell them all our secrets, Jim.
Yeah. Really breaking kayfabe here.
We'll all sit around and just trade jokes with each other. I'll help you with that bit. You help me with this one. I love how people think, do you guys help each other with it? No.
No.
You fucking shithead.
All we want to do, all comics do is look at each other and hope that they fail.
All I want to do is watch your new jokes bomb. I want your hard work to all be for naught. We love that when our new jokes bomb.
You like that?
Oh,
You like seeing that happen to other people?
fuck yes.
Jim
Watching
once-
a bombing
Jim once
is
said to me,
incredible.
"I root for everyone coming before me and after me to fail."
Yeah, I meant on the planet.
You just want to be surrounded by failure.
Yeah, no, I meant on a gangbang. Yeah. I want. It's always fun to watch somebody fucking eating their dick, man.
Yeah,
It's
it really
so
is.
great.
It really is. I feel that way when I go to a show. Like, you just hope that you see that. Like, that's when I feel like it's a real special show, when somebody's eating their balls.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit going on, folks. You know?
My favorite is when the famous guys bomb.
You like that?
Because the crowd expects to watch a special when they drop in.
Sure.
Like they're just like, oh, we're about to see a special, and then they come in and they're working on their shit, and it's like they're really disappointed by the end of
They
it.
don't
And I'm
understand
like,
why there's not an HBO.
I'll follow that. Let's go.
Yeah, I respect those guys. Like Damon Wayans will come in and he'll bomb for 45 minutes. Chris will do it. These guys don't
And
care.
they wear it like a badge. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
This is how you work on material. It's those guys are great.
Has Kevin Hart been popping up again at the New York clubs recently?
He's
Yeah.
been everywhere. He's filming a movie in Philly, so he's coming down every weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen him at
Yeah.
Pasella. I saw him recently, and I got a text from a guy I did a scene with. He's like, "I'm with Kevin Hart. Can we FaceTime you?" But I was about to have my face into a fat asshole.
So you just you opted out
Yeah.
of the FaceTime?
No, I was going to kiss Bob Kelly. No, I was about to have my face out. So I was like, no, I won't be getting my
Oh,
face
real
out.
nice dude. Real nice dude.
Yeah, dude, you know what, dude? I heard you on the radio. But you know, this girl was about to put her hiney on my face.
So you decided to stick with that instead.
Yeah, no, I just had nothing to
You
do.
should have
I
still
just,
done the FaceTime, though.
I know. I just didn't see the text. I needed to sound cool. I just didn't see the text. I was just trying to be Mr. Hard Guy.
How'd it go?
Not well.
No, it
I
didn't.
felt too guilty.
You can't lie.
No,
You can't lie.
I'm not a good liar.
We should take a break because Margaret Cho's coming up.
She's supposed to be coming up. Yeah, I hope she comes. I
That's
love
cool.
Margaret.
Yeah, it'd be good to see her. And Ricky, you want to stick around?
Yeah,
Yeah,
how-
stick around, man. It'll be
Excellent.
fun.
Excellent.
Yeah, Ricky Velez, very funny comedian. And I have to mention it too before I forget, the Borgata. I am doing the Borgata because it's my first gig, August 5th. Tickets are on sale this Friday. It's a Saturday night. I'm doing 2 shows August 5th. It's been about 2 years since I've been to the Borgata. And that's the first show I am announcing of this new tour.
The big room.
No, it's the music box. I can't do
cool,
2. I can
cool.
do 1 in the big room, but I can't do 2 I'm doing 2 in the music box. I like that. It's less pressure. And the kid doesn't like pressure. I like less pressure.
It's
Right.
also a nice room.
What's that?
It's also a nice room.
Spoken like a true manager. Nah, you know what? Small but nice. The carpeting in there, Jim, it's aces.
You know what really makes it nice? You can actually fill it.
Yes, that's the way I feel about a pussy too. So yeah,
My manager tells me New York Comedy Club is a nice room.
It's a really nice room. Yeah.
Tickets on sale Friday. I'll be prostituting this all week, but I'm really, really happy to be going back to the Borgata.
That's excellent.
And check me out on Netflix. Ricky, where are you going to be? Any gigs coming up?
I'm in Grand Rapids this weekend doing the comedy festival out there, so that should be fun.
That's really. I did it last year. It's great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And where can people follow you or website or any of that stuff?
At Ricky Velez and Ricky Velez. No website. It got hacked, so I never bought. They tried to sell it back to me after they hacked it. I was like, fuck it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I would say watch At Midnight on Demand because you were very, very funny on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah,
man.
it was really good.
Appreciate it.
It was really good. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back,
That was delightful.
Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. What was delightful?
So you're using the restroom?
I thought Jonathan might have given you some kind of treats.
No. And Margaret is here. Margaret Cho came up. And was there nobody at the front desk down there?
No, nobody was down there. But I mean, nobody's down here. It's like it's not like New York. It's not like there's like security here, so you can just come in and blow it up.
You can,
if you want to.
Yeah.
Like if we got a rider truck, we could, be like the Somalian embassy.
We could really cause a problem at Sirius XM.
Yeah, we could fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they
there's
really is
nobody
not.
here.
There's no one here to kill. It wouldn't be worth it. We'd just be wasting a truck.
Yeah, I guess they wait. They're not going to invest in that kind of security until people start blowing up buildings here.
But no one's blowing shit up in L.A.
Right.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
No one does it.
Nobody would. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe because nobody cares.
You think that's what it is? It's just like so they're just
I don't
apathetic?
know. I mean, it's apathetic, or I'm not sure, but we should have people blow up shit. It's like I've always felt like, damn.
Yeah,
It would be a character builder for LA, right?
Well, it makes it seem like a less important city. Like they're like, oh, we got to blow up New York. That's
Yeah.
a real American city. But you guys in LA are like, you can blow us up too.
I know. I think maybe because it's like, I think office hours also here are not clearly defined in a lot of ways. Not in like New York, where it's sort of very, very much like when things are in and happening, and with here, everybody has their own schedule and they don't really care. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of apathy here.
There's a lot of apathy.
That's probably what it is. New York, and plus New York is just seen as striking at the heart of the United States for whatever reason.
In the world. Wait, where are you here? What are you doing?
I'm just doing promo. We're doing a couple of shows, and I had a Netflix special.
Yes.
Come on, so I'm just promoting.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm doing a bunch of podcasts and doing some just press for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. I'm happy.
Sure about this, Margaret Cho? A Mouthful of Shame is now on Netflix.
Amazing.
Amazing, right?
I watched when he was finishing it up in Australia.
That's right.
That was a few times. Yeah, there was sort of like the kind of like the last like part of shows before you went to go film.
Right. I saw you in Toronto as well.
Yeah.
And it came out well, so we'll see. You know how it is when you shoot. I'm always like, oh, fucking awful. They're gonna hate it. You panic.
Are you really worried?
Yes, always. You have to be.
No, but I mean, it's so good though. I mean, but it's like, yeah, I know that feeling of like, oh, I'm gonna die. If I do these jokes again. I'm gonna die. I hate my joke. Like, it's weird how when you're almost about to film and then you're like, what am I doing? And then even like while I'm shooting a special, I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is terrible. And then when it's done, I'm like, oh, it's kind of good.
After you see it?
After you see it, you're like, oh, that was kind of good.
Do you edit it all together? I spend a lot of time editing. I always want to like be responsible for what jokes come out of it and stick in.
I don't really do that much post-production, like, because for me, I'm kind of like happy with whatever goes in, and I'm kind of okay if things get like taken out.
Okay.
So I'm sort of easy with it. I used to be like very anal, because when I was doing my first like comedy like specials myself, I was using short ends. So I would buy the short ends of movie reels from movies, and then you would have like all of that sort of taped together to make a reel and then shoot it on film. And then I would carry the print to different cities.
Just because that was an inexpensive way to get film?
It was an inexpensive way to get film, and it was like when you could still shoot on film. It was like a very interesting time of comedy. It's like the last part of the 90s. And so I was super anal about it because I was putting all of this money into this film.
Right.
You know, and editing was a big thing, and also carrying the print around to different cities was a big part of it too, because I would four-wall theaters and you'd buy all the tickets, and then you'd sell the sort of tickets to people that would coming to see you. And
so it was a big risk financially you were taking. You were actually putting a real risk out there.
It was a huge financial risk, and also it was a lot of work to carry a print.
Yeah,
you know, and really stressful. So that point, that's when I would really, really be very meticulous about what I wanted in. But now I've done maybe 7 or 8 now, so I'm kind of like I don't really have that same sort of diligence. But
you trust the process more. Like, all right, it'll be okay.
Yeah, I trust it more, and I also think that the first like 5 or something you do, it's like a big deal, and then afterwards you're like, do I even need to do this anymore? I'm not sure.
Like, do I graduate from this, or just keep doing this?
I think you keep doing them. Of course, you always want to do something. It's just a stand-up. Any way you want to be like better, you always want to better yourself as an artist all the time. Super like interesting to me. I mean, I love doing comedy and all of that, but I don't have that same kind of competitive spirit with other like comics. I know like they're always like, did you see so and so special, and did you see what they did and all that. I don't feel like invested because I don't have I feel like a skin in the game. I don't feel like that.
Do you watch it? I don't watch the other specials.
I do. I enjoy
I
just to
never
watch
do.
because it's fun.
They asked me they sent my link out. Like I did Bill Burr. I'm doing Rogan, and they're like, I don't know if Bill is and Joe. I'm like, they're not gonna watch it. Of course they're not. I fucking think Rogan's gonna sit there and watch me for an hour or Bill. But I'm like, it's a courtesy, and if they want to put it on, they have the option if there's on. But and of course they're not gonna watch it. The comedians aren't gonna. I wouldn't watch.
What number is this?
As a special?
Yeah.
It's hour. It's the 5th.
Wow.
So this is, but I felt like I watched it because I was there. So watching you work.
Oh yeah, we were doing gigs together. Yeah.
I was excited to watch it. I mean, I would be excited to watch it when I see it, but it's like, I like to watch them because I think it's like, I'm entertained.
Yeah.
You're a fan of comedy.
I like stand-up comedy. I really do. I mean, a lot of it, there's a lot of people I don't really like, but there's certain people that I think, I always enjoy watching Bill.
Yeah, I see him at the Patrice benefit once a year. I'll watch him. Or if he's on, I'll watch a few minutes. He's hilarious.
Yeah. But you don't really watch stand-up.
No, I don't. But
so you're not really a fan of stand-up comedy?
I love stand-up comedy, but I mean, it's not that I've been doing it for so long and I do it so much. Like if I'm walking through and I see Colin Quinn on stage, or somebody I haven't seen in a long time, like you, of course I would, because I would somebody I haven't seen in a long time.
Right. Yeah.
But as far as when I'm walking through the comedy cellar, I don't want to see anything anybody's doing. I'll just hear like, laughs. Cool, go piss.
What if you hear no laughs?
Then I'll assume I'm on.
But if you walk by and hear no one's laughing, will you stop?
I'll literally ask them if they could bring down a seat. Can
I get the CD?
Can I have the tape of tonight's performance so I can really enjoy this?
I've never been to the Comedy Cellar. I've never done a set there.
Why not?
Isn't that weird? I don't really do sets in New York unless I do like a big show or something. I mean, and when I was like at the point where I was doing like just sets in clubs, I was just always doing Caroline's. Like I never, when I lived in New York, I was doing my own shows on like the off Broadway and stuff. So I never really participated in like the only time that I actually did like sets in New York was when I was like literally like 17 and I was at Catch a Rising Star with Jeffrey Lipschitz.
Oh yeah, yeah. I knew him as Jeff Lipschitz. Lipschitz, right?
Lipschitz.
Yeah, and
Lipschitz. Lipschitz.
Is it Schitz or Schultz?
I think it was Lipschitz.
I thought it was Lipschultz. I could be wrong. Either way, it was abominable.
Yeah,
right.
But it was not. It was before he was Jeffrey Rose.
Yeah.
So, but
Louis
that was
Ferrando was booking it.
yeah, and that was so long ago.
Was that Mike Sweeney was the host?
Yeah.
He became a big writer for Conan. I never worked the room. I might have went on there once or twice as a really new guy, but I never got to work. I always wanted to work Catch.
Yeah. Catch, that was the only one that I ever did. And then, then it was just Caroline's. I would do shows at Caroline's and all the this was like when I was doing like cocaine, which is very briefly. I didn't really like it, but all the models would come from the runway shows, and they would come to my show, and they would bring like big Coke rocks, and I always thought it was so unpleasant.
Did you not like? I didn't like the come down, but did you not like the high of it?
I didn't like the high of it or the come down. I mean,
How old were you?
I was probably about 25, and I didn't like. I have a deviated septum, so I don't like snorting anything. I didn't like the fact that it was over so fast. Like you were chasing that one thing, like that cokey thing. Like also, whenever anybody would start talking about coke, people would start farting. Like it was like this coke farts phenomenon because cocaine is cut with a lot of baby laxatives, so that everybody
Really?
starts to. There's like a shit smell,
Really?
and then of course models are always shitting.
Why do they?
Models are because they have eating disorders, and so there's always some weird shit.
Oh, it's not even a good shit either. It's like a laxative shit.
It's like laxative shit, or like some weird like only eating cotton balls shit. So there's like all of this weird stuff. Like people think models are like so beautiful and so glamorous. And they're really the most gross, disgusting people in the world.
Do they really eat cotton balls? Is that a
They
joke?
eat cotton balls, and they eat makeup sponges.
Ugh.
And they don't eat foods.
What are the cotton balls? Do they actually make you feel like you've eaten?
Yeah, the cotton balls expand in your stomach, so it fills your stomach because of that grinding hunger, and it makes it so that you can't really ingest any food or absorb food.
Is it really bad for you, cotton balls? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure they're
yeah,
chemicals.
you can really fuck up your system.
And plus, you don't get nutrients.
no, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like if you're just doing it for a couple days.
It's
You thinking about that?
It's not just a couple of days. Well, with models, I don't know about. I've never swallowed a cotton ball.
Just a cotton ball weekend, just to
Yeah.
knock off 5
Just to
pounds.
knock off a couple of pounds.
I get it.
Make up for that froyo.
I don't know, but they models are gross.
They are gross.
They're gross, but they would always bring Coke, and I would be like, this is so weird.
You look really good now. You look really healthy and happy and like.
I'm good.
You look like your life is great.
It's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, you should be. It's nice. It's always nice when things pick up. I'm like, all right, good.
Yeah, it's like things are kind of weird for a while, but now I'm doing a lot better. I'm really happy, and I work is good, and I think I just have a lot more excitement about it. You sort of have to make comedy exciting for yourself again, and that's always a nice thing when you're ready and you're writing and it's new and you're like, oh, this is good, this is funny, this might work, this might become something. It's great.
What are you doing to get in a rut? I get in those once in a while. It's like, oh, fuck,
You do?
nothing funny to see. Yeah.
I might start doing music for a while. Like if I get in a real rut with comedy, I'll go into like my music, and I'll play with my band and
What do you play?
sing. I play guitar and I sing, and
You're a real good singer.
Thank
That's
you.
why initially I saw you do the goddamn comedy jam
Oh,
in
yeah.
Montreal, and
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Oh, thank you.
What'd you sing?
I think at that point I was probably singing Chandelier with them.
Yes.
That
Wow.
Sia
Oh,
song.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
What song is
Really?
it?
Unbelievable.
What song is Chandelier?
I'm gonna swing from the chandelier. That
Yeah,
one.
I have heard
That's a
that.
very difficult song to sing, and I love those guys. Actually, the goddamn Comedy Jam they're a rocking band, and it's a fun show to do. They have a Comedy Central show now, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it starts next week, I believe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They keep shooting me down. I want to sing Your Kisses on My Lips. I know I can do that song justice.
You think so?
Oh, I can. Not a dry eye in the house.
Right.
The Hall & Oates song. That's so good.
Yeah.
You got to.
They said they just had a thing. An article came out that said either Hall. Which one has the mustache?
John Oates.
John Oates.
Oates was broke apparently at one point.
Oh no.
Yeah,
All
in the
his-
70s, yeah, after like 80 million records.
But then he was like,
Oh.
yeah, I had like 4 luxury cars, and I had a house here, and an apartment there, and a house there, and an apartment there, and like he had all this stuff, and he was like, and I was surprised there was no money left.
Well, he said no one stole it, or they just didn't tell him. It was
Stop
like-
buying all that shit.
Yeah, but he said no one lied to me.
Right.
They just didn't warn me.
Right.
But
Well-
he's made it up.
I think that those guys, they have such amazing output, but at the same time, like, you can't really monetize all that stuff now. You know, like all of those stars from like that great era of like the 80s and stuff. They don't really have, you can't, I mean, money is so different in music now.
Yeah.
You can't make money like you used to. And so those guys, they're like real dinosaurs with the way they used to make money in the record business.
Now they
Right.
do touring. Touring, they can make it. But they said they got millions in back royalties. So they did get lucky like that. Like, I guess everyone gets fucked in the music industry. They all get fucked.
Yeah.
With just like, your representatives and of course
So many people are going independent now.
Yeah.
I mean, like Chance the Rapper just won a whole bunch of Grammys, and he's totally without a
lot of
label.
money.
Yeah.
That's so great though, because he's
totally-
solely independent.
Yeah, and he doesn't have records. Like his music's on Spotify. Like
all
he just
digital.
streams his stuff, and that's it.
It's great.
There's
We
no
thank
physical-
God so many times.
Yeah,
for
he
Grammys.
did.
Have you heard the album? I mean, the whole album
great.
is thanking God.
Is he
He's
good?
great.
He's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
But I
He's-
wouldn't
he's a
consider
sweet
him
kid.
a rapper.
He's sort of everything. I mean, he's sort of.
He's like a rapper, like Drake's a rapper. Like he's one of those new rappers,
But
musician.
Drake actually does like lyrics. This kid's singing a lot.
Yeah, he does sing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, he thanked God a lot. I was at the. I hosted the pre-telecast for the Grammys, and so I was able to watch him, and he got a whole
What's
bunch
the
of Grammys.
pre-telecast?
It's the 75 awards that are for technical excellence in
Oh,
other
like-
genres.
Like when they say, like, "Hey, the other day we gave these people an award."
yeah,
yeah.
It's all of the awards leading up to it, and then also best comedy albums in that. So I didn't win, but Patton won, which is great.
That's good, yeah.
I love Patton, but I was able to present best metal album to Megadeth, who are
That's
good
nice.
friends
That's
of
so
mine,
cool.
and it's been a long time coming. So it was great. I love Dave Mustaine, and I'm proud of them, But so yeah, if I get in a rut, I just go into music for a bit.
That's
I take
nice
a
to be able to
little
do that.
Vacation, yeah, which is great. But it's like I'm also glad that I don't have to be in that business really, because that would be really hard.
You
Yeah.
just do it for fun.
It's
After
for
a
fun.
special, how quick do you guys start?
Well, you
Making-
never really step out of, like, you'll stop going on the road, but you don't stop doing sets.
Yeah,
ever,
no,
really.
I-
I've
I-
never known you to just not do comedy.
Yeah, no, I shot December 17th, and I immediately stopped the material. It stopped. I was just so fucking done with it. So the next night, I just, all right, let me try this stuff in the
But you're
cellar.
still like literally at the cellar the next night. You don't step away and be like,
I
you
mean,
know
a
what,
couple
let me-
days,
let
but
me
I
take a
mean-
month off of.
No.
So you have to start back. Yeah. You like start up right away, kind of like, because then you don't want to lose. I can't never like. I have to do sets at least a few times a week, or else I get really like rusty, and I fucking don't know what I'm doing at all.
Sometimes doesn't it help though? Like sometimes if I go a couple days without it, then I'll get on. I'll feel so happy to be on. Like I just enjoy the moment, and it just seems alive, and people like it. I've had that happen too, where if I do it a couple times, like I go a few days, I'm all right. But I can't go long.
Yeah.
Can't go long.
Doug Stanhope, I remember he like had done a whole bunch of shows in London, and then he didn't have anything on the books, and I was like, I got anxiety. I'm like, how do you? He's like, I don't know, I've never done this before, and it's like so scary to not have gigs booked.
Sure.
That to me is like really weird. I don't know, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's but I like to gear up after like I shoot, and then by the time the special comes out, I have X amount of new material, so I can go out in
Yeah.
a couple of clubs. Like
Yeah,
Yeah, and use the special, the spearhead.
Yeah, like I think Amy toured. She just finished her tour, so she actually worked right through until the special aired.
Mm-hmm.
So now, but so she can just start when she wants and tour when she wants.
Yeah.
With me, I have to take any little fucking burst of lightning and try to ride it into obscurity.
Well, no, you're doing great, and I'm so proud that you signed with my agency.
Yeah, I saw them today. We talked about you. She was there very sweet.
They love you.
They do. They're really nice people.
They're gonna do. They're. I love them.
Good. Yeah, and so
They're
does
great.
Joe.
Yeah, they're great.
I'm very happy.
Yeah,
Man, oh man.
it's good.
We were talking yesterday, Jim Norton is going very Hollywood.
Are you? But you're never really gonna be. You're very New York.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're so New York. You're not gonna.
I like hanging out here. I really enjoy LA a lot.
It's fun.
Yeah, because New Yorkers think you're not supposed to like it, but it's great. It's
It
fucking
is great.
80. My back hurt from the sun yesterday. I was on the roof having tea, and my fucking back hurt from the sun.
You see?
And people in New York
Going
are
Hollywood.
28 degrees. I was awesome. I love it out here.
Do you live where do you live? In New York? Or-
Yeah, I'm over in New York.
So are you just here to do
I'm just here for 4 days. I'm doing some quick stuff and I'm out.
And then
Yeah.
do you do sets though when you're here?
Yeah, I did one at the Improv last night. I'm doing one tomorrow there again. I don't like. I honestly don't like the comedy scene nearly as much as I like it in New York. But I mean, I also love doing 5 spots on a weekend.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I that's the most fun for me. But I started at 19 doing stand up. So I mean, like anytime I go a certain amount of time not doing it, like once I get back home now, I'll go 7 days. Nonstop.
I like doing it out here though. I like the improv because it's so not my crowd. I went on at the fucking not the improv in general. I went on the small room next to it, the lab.
Yeah.
Because Saturday was Dick Gregory. He had 2 shows. So I can't go on his shows. And there was I would say I thought is it a lesbian show because I think the host was gay and 90% of the audience were like female couples, and all the names on the lineup were women. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking crash a show that I'm not welcome on. And like, no, it's just all. So, but it was a great crowd. It was like you think it's going to be death, but they were very.
It's good.
Are you doing
nice.
new joke
Okay.
night over at the Cellar? That's
Yeah, I
the
did.
most fun I'm having.
I love it.
What's new joke night?
They have a new joke night Mondays and Thursdays.
So it's just when comics come on and try
so
new
great.
stuff.
It's around the corner
It's
from the
so
Cellar.
fun.
It's a sister
It's
club
the
of the
most
Comedy
fun.
Cellar. The
That's
Fat
cool.
Black Pussycat. It's a little.
Oh yeah.
It's where Colin does his one man show to work out.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So do you, as a young guy, like, do you ever get stressed out? Like, okay, I gotta at some point move to LA because that's where the work
No,
is.
I mean, I'm not-
I wasn't. I said as a young guy, it wouldn't have been.
Sorry.
Wouldn't have been
No, that's
referring
never
to you,
the
Jim.
thought. I mean, some of my favorite comics never left.
Right.
You know, like I mean, yeah, I like staying there. I'm from there. My family's there,
Yeah.
so it's just I feel no pressure, and it's a 6-hour flight.
And you
Yeah.
move out here briefly when you have to. Like if you're shooting something, you're okay, I'll come out to there for a couple months. It's not like it's
Yeah.
doable.
Plus, there's a thing too. I think now where maybe it always was, but it seems from an outsider's perspective, it's more now where like you're a comic, meaning I'm not sitting there just trying to get a sitcom or trying to get this or trying to get that. It's like, well, I'm a comedian, so I'm going to stay in New York where I can do comedy, and then I'll
Yeah.
just keep being a comedian. Like
Yeah.
that's what I do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's like it really is the job. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you look at other guys doing other stuff. You're like, I'm a fucking zilch. You're like, no, this is your job, stupid. You're doing your fucking job. You got a gig. That's what you do for a living.
Yeah.
Pays your rent.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But New York comics are really special. You know, there's just something hard and exciting and faster about them. They think faster. I think there's just. I mean, I don't know. Like, just it's always exciting to me.
I think it's just there's a lot of clubs there, so you're always the energy there is just different because the city moves differently, and you're running a lot from place to place to place to
Did
place.
you started there?
I did. I did a lot of shows there. I did a big off Broadway show there for a long time, and then that sort of led into because I started in San Francisco where there's also another big scene too, which we were all kind of like in this club called the Holy City Zoo, which was Robin Williams owned it. He was like the silent partner, and
Is that where he would go and work out too?
yeah, he would sort of ride his bike over the bridge and you know bump me every night, which sucked. Follow him so many times as a kid. It was so fucked
Well,
up.
you're doing a lot better.
Yeah, I'm a little bit better. But it was a big scene there too. It was really exciting. But it was like this weird time because comedy was changing. So Rick Reynolds, I don't know if you know, this is a long, long time ago. So Rick Reynolds was the big comic, and he had a show called Only the Truth is Funny, and he was signed by Rollins and Joffe. They had like not signed a client since they had signed
Woody
David
Letterman.
David Letterman. I was like and then so he had like a show that was in development with Worldwide Pants, and it just was this new era where comedy was like, and like Hicks started to become really popular. It was like this different time. So I remember that comedy really changed, and then so we all moved here because Ginny and Garofalo made us move here, and we all became alternative comics. And then we had like the Posse, which was this group of friends. It was like David Cross and Bob Odenkirk and Ben Stiller, and we were in the New York Times like magazine. It was like so weird when comedy was like a scene. It was so weird.
I remember that they would do it at the Luna Lounge in New York.
Yeah.
And Jeff, oh my God, I know him well. He's a buddy of mine. I'm forgetting. He booked Tough Crowd.
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. I forget his last name. Would book Luna Lounge. I could never get on there. I think I only got on there once.
I did that one time.
Oh my God, what's his name? Jesus.
Oh my God. I did it. No, I actually did it a bunch of times with like, Well, Janine was kind of in charge of doing it, and it was always like Todd Barry.
Yep.
And sometimes you would see like Colin, but it was the Stella guys. It was like
That's
David
right.
Wayne and Michael Showalter and Michael Ian Black.
Yeah, they did this. I did their show once at the. Stella was on like West Third and like Broadway or something.
Yeah, and the room would shake because of the subway. I remember that.
Oh, I don't remember. It was a nice restaurant upstairs though, right, or something?
Yeah, it was kind of cool, and so that was like 90s, 90s New York. It was fun. I was there. I was doing so much drugs with the band Luna, and I never did drugs with comics. I always did drugs with like rock stars, which is kind of
That's every
models.
comic's dream.
Yeah,
to not do drugs with comics. To fucking hang out with rock stars.
Yeah, I know. And the comics never wanted to do. They always wanted to just smoke pot.
What drugs were you doing?
Ecstasy, like so much ecstasy. Not Molly, ecstasy.
Right.
Which is like its own kind of thing. Like Molly to me is very mysterious. It's not the same drug at all. But ecstasy, a lot of it. And
What's
then,
the difference?
I think with ecstasy, it's a little bit like a more of a psychedelic and less of a kind of a
Body.
whatever. You know, it's more like psychic trippy. It's less about the body and more about this like psychic experience you're sort of having. But it was kind of intense and gross.
I never did that, but I heard like people like to touch each other when they're on
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ecstasy?
people get really touchy feely on ecstasy. And they guess they do on Molly or whatever. They get really dehydrated.
Oh, okay.
But you just enjoyed it? You did ecstasy all the time?
I don't know if I enjoyed it, but I did a lot of it.
Yeah, I never did it. I wasn't around when I quit. Fuck. Or if it was, I had never heard of it. I just
Right.
never had access to it.
There was a church in Berkeley that we used to we would buy it from the church. It was called the Church of Ecstasy, and it was they were basically drug dealers. They sold ecstasy, but then they also had these massage church events where they would all get high on ecstasy and do massage. And I don't know, like we were buying in bulk from there. So weird.
Did you get any massages?
No.
Oh, I would have loved that place.
No.
Ecstasy and massages?
Oh my
Ecstasy and
god,
massage.
phenomenal.
The only time I ever did Molly was in L.A. It was the last night I was living here. I lived here for 8 months, and it was in a warehouse in North Hollywood, and they had they stole all the furniture that was there from like backyards.
Oh.
And I sat on a bench with a girl, and we just touched each other for hours.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's I guess it's just the tactile experience. I don't know. It just makes you very like curious about your body and other people's bodies.
Like a baby discovering its fingers and stuff.
yeah,
for the
like
first time?
this. Yeah, for sure.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, tactile is a good way to describe it.
You should do ecstasy. You probably wouldn't go into a
Yeah,
downward spiral.
wouldn't set off any bad effects.
No, just try it. But only do it a little bit and just do that one
In
thing.
moderation.
Exactly.
Moderation is the key. Good
Everything
point.
in moderation.
Absolutely.
It burns out your serotonin. So, there's like a whole segment of people who go to rock festivals that have no ability to feel.
Really?
Wow.
They can't, it burns out your empathy and your just any serotonin, any kind of like good feeling that you have about people and yourself. And so there's a lot of people. I think it happened with 90s stuff when raves were happening. People were like losing their ability to feel and now still can't feel.
Wow, it goes away forever, huh?
It goes away forever.
What else knocks down serotonin?
I don't know. I think any drug messes up your dopamine systems.
Just because it gives you that rush of it and then it's not replacing it?
With ecstasy, it's a sort of an occurrence of like you're living on tomorrow's happiness. You borrow tomorrow's
Sure.
happiness,
Wow.
and you live it today.
And then you wake
don't
up
have
the
it
next
tomorrow.
day. Yeah, and you're like, why am I so sad?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you exchange.
Molly doesn't have the same come down, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's a little different,
Huh.
but it's not exactly
Yeah, it's
as
not the same.
emotionally fulfilling, if that's the word. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Wow.
So any of these.
Yeah, I've never
these-
tried any of it.
It's not
No.
good.
No.
It's not good. And the one drug that I think is kind of amazing, I think maybe ayahuasca, because it's like all about Peru, and then you go and you have a shaman, and they tell you what your life is supposed to be, or you're like invaded by some alien spirit. And
Did you do it?
I've done DMT, which is fucking super weird. It's the active, psychotropic.
They put that in dead bodies, right, to keep them from rotting.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm pretty
know.
sure. Like you're supposed to like just dip a cigarette inside DMT.
Yeah. Something. It's the weirdest fucking drug, and all I know is that I was with these two guys, and they became like 50 feet tall, and then their heads were like giant, like flower blossoms, and they were like talking to me from really, and it was a very visual, very intense experience, and it was super weird.
How long did it last?
5 minutes.
Yeah, I heard it's quick, right?
It's like
Wow.
less than 5 minutes, but you think it's been hours, and it's really strange. And I think that's the weirdest drug experience I've ever had. DMT.
Yeah, because usually you hear about time like disappearing, not like stretching out like that.
Yeah, it really elongates, and
Yeah.
then you start to panic because you don't know why this won't go away, because you feel like you've been there for hours, but it's less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
Man, that is crazy.
It's a really crazy drug.
We'll do it on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get D-Bag to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get one of our guys to do it.
No, we'll just get our producers to just like try all drugs and just explain to us what's going on. How you feeling, buddy? What's going on
there's
there?
all sorts of fun different. There's like new drugs that I don't understand.
Bath salts.
Yeah, bath salts.
I've done them by
You-
accident.
What
bath salts?
happened?
I did before, like a week before the guy ate the face.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
A week before, this guy, it was my buddy's birthday, and this guy came in, and he was like, I don't got coke, but I got this stuff. It's not as strong as meth, but and I'm up 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah, it was the worst thing in the world. I had to put in my headphones, and I was on the subway going home, and I had to put in my headphones so I can hear a song and know how long time was going.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now was it because it was going too quick or too slow?
I felt like everything should have been going a lot faster with me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you just had to listen to these
I
songs.
had to listen to songs to make
understand the
sure
pi-
you
Wow.
understand time. Yeah, that was the worst high I think I've ever had.
Wow. And so, what, do you
sounds
just like
weird.
to like just experience things, just try everything to see what it is?
I guess I was like, well, I was doing this one weird drug for a really long time. I was addicted to kratom for 6 years, which is the weirdest fucking drug. It's like what they use to detox heroin addicts in Thailand with. And it's like potting soil. Like you can buy giant bags of it, and it's so weird. And it has a really strange detox now. I haven't taken it a long time, and I still think I have some lasting
Little remnants, little residue.
of it. It's the weirdest, grossest drug, but
What does it do?
it's sort of like it is kind of got a sort of a heroin sort of component. It's like sort of like I guess it's like an opiate, but it doesn't attach to your opiate receptors. So it sort of fools your body into thinking that it is, and it's really weird and it's really gross. So it also causes intense projectile vomiting.
Oh my God.
Like you cannot stop projectile vomiting.
And that's what you were doing?
I was projectile vomiting for 6 years.
Wow.
It's like
You should have just ate the sponge.
just eating the sponge.
Yeah.
But it's the grossest, weirdest drug. So and there's a lot of people now in rehabs on for kratom. A lot of it. It's like because it's kind of. It's not really illegal. It's not really criminalized either because nobody knows what it is. Because it's like it's sort of like when you used to be able to buy opium poppies at the flower market downtown. It's before people really like knew that you could make opium at home. It's the same kind of thing. But now they know that you can make opium home. But you know, kratom is a similar drug.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I guess in their heads, they'd probably be like, why would we need to make this illegal? Nobody wants to projectile vomit all the time. And then they go, oh,
But there
people,
is-
people love
Everyone's
drugs.
doing it.
There
Yeah,
is-
people love
there-
drugs.
The fact of the matter is that you do get like a heroin like rush from it. It's
Sure.
really weird, and you don't inject it. I mean, I think maybe people might, to some degree, figure that out. But it's like You projectile vomit on heroin too.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Well, what do you do? Do you smoke it? Do you snort? Like how?
I would make like a I would just drink it, but I would drink huge, giant like mugs of it. So I would do it in like a sort of a shake, but it was so disgusting. And it makes you sick and you're gagging while you're drinking it, and then you start projectile vomiting.
So it's like people who juice, but with like drugs that make you vomit.
Make you there was like a weight loss component.
So it's about fitness.
So there
at
was
the end of the day.
I don't know. It was so weird. I'm really glad I don't do that anymore, though. But you know,
me too.
It's like when I went to rehab, I could never figure out how to help me, like with pharmaceuticals that were addressing the detox from it. There was nobody who knew. It was so new that they had no idea how to detox anybody from it. So,
wow, because it was what you detox people with.
Yeah, they used it in to detox people, but it's a relative of the coffee plant, but it's a really strange.
It's a real creepy uncle of the coffee plant.
It's a creepy uncle of the coffee plant, and it's so it's nuts. So don't try it at home, kids.
Yeah. Wow.
Is that are we over?
God damn! No, we got a couple minutes.
Oh,
left.
we do. Good.
Yeah, we
okay.
got just a couple minutes left.
Good.
Yeah. So are you just doing stuff around LA right now?
Yeah. I'm like doing like just like stuff. I was in Salt Lake City. They had a comedy festival over the weekend, which is great.
Yeah.
Which I love. The Wise Guys, which is a club out there that
I
really love. They're great, and they had a very successful festival, which is awesome. And so I was there. I just have like gigs coming up. I did just a bunch of clubs and some one-nighters here. I went to Aspen, and they have a pot garbage can. So like when you leave, you can put your pot in the garbage can, and it's like it's a pot-only garbage can. I thought that was really great.
Who would throw their pot out?
Yeah.
Because when you go back home, when you leave Colorado, you can't take the pot with you. And people always buy too much when they get there because they're like so excited that it's legal. So they have like a pot disposal.
What are they going to do if you had a little pot on you going home? I guess they could arrest you, but
I think you could get arrested. I think that
It's a $50 fine.
Yeah. You get a ticket or something.
So what do they then recycle all the pot?
They must. They must
right?
redistribute it to the people. Maybe they sell it kind of like I don't know, maybe like a towed car.
Yeah,
cars that are an impound. Maybe they sort of sell it off, like auction it off.
Yeah, because it's probably going to be like different strains all kind of mixed together. Like we don't. It's recycle pot.
Yeah.
Like, just enjoy.
Yeah.
it's like the Jeopardy. It's a medley or potluck. Yeah.
It's
Marijuana
potluck.
medley.
It's definitely potluck. But yeah, I was there. I've been doing gigs in Colorado. And I don't smoke pot anymore, and I have all these plants in development there, and I can't go see them.
Yeah.
It's like,
Why'd you stop? Because I just stopped.
I can't because I don't get high anymore.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't work. It's like such a waste, and it doesn't make me stoned. I don't feel anything, and it's like why bother?
Yeah. Why'd you stop, Ricky?
Because my accountant called me and I smoked a Toyota Corolla.
Oh my god!
It was bad.
Wow.
It was bad. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks, but I'm not kidding. The coming off of it's just as bad as coming off anything I've ever done before. Like, I'm not
Because
kidding.
you were smoking weed constantly, though.
5-6 blunts a day.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I'm in New York, so I'm paying New York prices, which is a lot more than out here.
Yeah.
And it was, the first 3 days I could not eat, I could not sleep. I was sweating through my clothing. Like it was insane.
When your accountant calls you about pot, you have a fucking major problem.
There was a bunch of money missing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're out of time.
Yeah, this was so good.
Yeah, you guys are both awesome.
Oh, thank
Thank
you for having us.
Yeah, where can they find you guys? Margaret?
I don't know.
Are you on Twitter or anything like that?
Oh, yes.
That's one place where people can find you.
Yeah, I am on Twitter at Margaret Cho. Yeah.
So Margaret Show on Twitter, and people can find your dates and stuff there if they want.
Yeah.
See you?
Yeah.
Cool.
They can. I'm also on margaretshow.com. That's where
margaretshow.com.
Yes.
And of course, Ricky, your website got hacked, so we're not doing websites anymore.
No, just Ricky Velez at Twitter.
Yeah, and all your dates and stuff are
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
all
there?
on up there when they come in. I just throw them up.
Excellent. And of course, Jim Norton's special, Mouthful of Shame, is on Netflix right now.
Yes.
Please, if you're a fan of this show, if you're a fan of comedy, stream it a couple times, tell your friends to stream it. It all helps a great deal. And I'd like tomorrow.
And thanks to Brad Williams, by the way, who was really funny.
Brad Williams was fantastic
He's going to
today.
Boston. He's a very funny comic. So this was a great show.
And tomorrow I'd like to talk about how the special began.
Sure.
Yeah,
Talk
'cause
about
we
that.
didn't address it because
Give it a day or two, but
Yeah.
I'll walk you through that whole story.
I would. Yeah, I'm fascinated by it, and I've wanted to talk about it for a long time.
I forgot that we never did. So.
We haven't talked about it, so
Great.
yeah, check out. And I'm sure that's very cryptic, but you know what? You can get all the answers if you stream the special on Netflix.
Yeah.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Back from LA, guys.
Goodbye.